everybody. Welcome back to a live stream from the old friends at Covenant. I am joined by one of my old friends and our old friends, Andrew Navaro of Earthborn Games. Andrew, how are you?
I'm doing very well, Stephen. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Great.
Awesome.
I've caught up with you a lot in the last day, so the catch-up on stream will not be necessarily a rehash of that. But
could find new things to talk about.
Yeah, maybe perhaps new conversations. How you feeling about Idolon? What's the update? What's the world of Earthborn Games look like when it comes to this one? You guys playtesting? What are you up to?
We're playtesting right now. Yeah, we're doing our final round of playtesting on the first set. That's been going very well. We've made a lot of tweaks based on the feedback we've gotten. The group we've got has been really fantastic, really active. And I think from a development standpoint, it's in a great spot. We're starting to get in some art, which is awesome. And I think the next step is to open the late pledges for the Game Found. We were going to do that just a couple weeks after the campaign closed, kind of like we did with the Rangers campaign. But we have so much going on with Earthborn fulfillment, and
yes,
and I really just want to have that as in the rearview mirror, and then once that's done, then we'll launch late pledges. So probably August-ish.
So full steam ahead for August-ish.
Yeah, September. Well, somewhere in there.
Yeah. You know how the world works. We do have. So you brought 4 decks, the ones that you guys played on your video series, right?
Yes. Yeah. So these have already changed too. Like a lot. Yeah. So this is the. We were worried at first, I think, about not spoiling too much, but so much of the values and things up here have not the values of the game, but the number values have changed.
It's all AI art now,
right? Yeah, it's all AI. Yep, we replaced everybody. Yeah, it's just more efficient that way, and no one complains.
I think it's an important note. He didn't just bring the precons. He brought a version of the entire playset. So down the line, we might be able to draft. You guys can build your own decks. We've got a lot of exciting things on the way.
Where'd the draft cube idea come into play here, with every box being a self-contained draft experience as well?
Well, that was a long conversation between Andrew Fisher and Michael Boggs and Corey.
Just your mic here. Go ahead.
Keep going. Knowing we wanted to do a limited format, or limited. That's not the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's limited.
Yeah,
and that's one of the downsides of the LCGs, right? Is that you don't have that cracks and packs with some friends and play a limited.
So we knew it was a really important aspect because that's what way that you can continue to engage with the game over and over again and keep it fresh. And they spent a long time going back and forth trying to figure out the best way to do it, and eventually they just cracked the code on it, and it was perfect. So
I'm fairly certain that will be a format shift for non-collectible card guys moving forward. For most, so that is such a simple solution to that problem that all of your expansions are also in the box cube format. It just feels like such a light bulb moment of of course, why yes, this is exactly right.
Well, I think it's easier though to just develop new cards and not have to worry about that at all.
Not worry about the limited play.
So I don't think it's necessarily something that's going to be adopted by everyone, because also there are certain card games where it's very difficult to do. Like if you were to we tried to do a draft format for Netrunner.
Yeah,
I don't know if you tried to play Netrunner.
Did try it once. Yes, twice.
Yeah,
right. You needing extra stuff just kind of was that is a problem. That's why limited is so good, is because you don't need anything to do it with the collectible games.
Yeah, and I think at FFG we had sometimes where we had a draft pack, this is your base, and you need this base, and then you can add packs on top. So you really need to work it in from the design at the very, very beginning, or else you're just going to be kind of cobbling something together to make it the best it can be.
And the TCGs also have typically. They'll just have known cards in the common slot that are just that's for limited, and you'll never play that in a constructed deck.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't feel like non-collectibles have the luxury of just having half the cards probably not constructed usable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want a lot of chaff in your fixed box of cards.
Yeah, so that's that is a big challenge to have a balanced limited environment that also most, if not all, of those cards can actively convert into a constructed deck.
Yeah, totally.
Like, that's a difficult challenge.
Mm-hmm. Team's up for it though.
Yeah. What else is going on with Hubworld? Are you? I saw we got the new templates done. Are those all? Are you saying they're done?
Mostly done. Yeah, we're still playtesting, So and I played with my buddies a couple weeks ago, and seeing them play it and engage with someone, I was like, had some thoughts.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's good. It's like that's what like bringing it to people who are like coming in totally cold, no expectations, not like huge like Netrunner players or anything, and just seeing the things that trip them up.
Yeah.
In their experience. Was pretty informative. So,
what was like one of the things that you noticed?
Oh, well, one of the things that I think we're gonna, I'm pretty sure I've already talked to the team about this. So, so apologies if I'm dropping this bomb in the middle of this live stream. But with the iconography we have on the current final version of the iconography, we did change some things from the preview deck. And I think in doing that, we ended up making a couple of the icons maybe look too similar.
Okay.
So we have with the new iconography, we have like we were playing, and my friend was like, "All right, so what does this icon do?" And it was I don't know if it was like the action icon or whatever. He was like, "Oh, I see. That arrow is pointing this way, and the arrow pointing this way is this other thing." I'm like, "Oh, that's not an arrow." He's like, "Well, it looks like an arrow to me." So
Sorry.
I'm like, "Oh yeah." I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. We do have 3 vaguely arrow-shaped things just pointing in different directions. So we should probably change one of those arrow-shaped things into something else.
Very good.
Yeah.
Unless you're building a game where the cards being turned different ways is important.
Right.
Like a maze-based game.
Yeah.
Cool, Andrew. Well, hey, let's play some Hubworld here.
Yeah,
we'll get
let's
on the
do
table. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Something that we used to be better at this, Jonathan. You remember we made a concerted effort. We said every day this is in the pandemic, we're going to say, list everybody, and then Zach would do his where you from, and then everybody would say all these crazy places that are just unbelievable. And then we've stopped doing that.
Yeah.
We've not even recognized the stream audience.
Even Van's here. Right here.
There's Van.
See? There's Van.
So let's run it down here. Darkmind's here. What's up, Darkmind? Harsha Vandayar. Saying I have to start converting my LGS people to Idolon fans so I can have more people to play with. Well, I don't think it'll be hard. Do you think there are some people that just won't like this style of game, right? Like the hide and seek, find the agent, that kind of vibe. Do you think?
I mean, there's always someone who's not going to like something.
Impossible. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of rosy though, on like anybody who likes card gaming puzzles.
Yes.
This is kind of it's just like it's always felt like the pinnacle of it to me in many ways.
Yeah, well, the guys who I played with, my friend group, like they were Magic players, Flesh and Blood. There was like a competitive Flesh and Blood guy there, and he really enjoyed it. It's the game. I think if you judge it without playing it, then sure, you might be like, that's not for me. But then when you actually sit down and play, because I think it kind of presents as sort of a very grinded out, thoughtful, which it can be. But it is also very fast paced and very loose, and just things are firing off all the time.
Yeah.
It's very action packed game. So
there's a lot of feedback.
There's a lot of appeal to it. And I think if there's a game that if you're someone who wants a card game where the deck plays itself, like where the deck is the thing.
You build the thing, and then you're like, is this going to work? And you kind of are just the agent behind it.
If that's what you're looking for, then this game you might struggle with, because it does require player skill and interaction. Like someone it's one of the things I love about it is someone who has an inferior deck could beat someone with a better deck, all in air quotes. If they're just more attentive, if they can read their opponent better, like there's just so much more skill involved, which I love. Not because like I'm so skilled that I can win or anything. I like that aspect of it where you can. There's a game there that sits outside of like, oh, I just I have the deck to beat all decks, and there's there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and one of the things I think that's really critical about it, I say this anytime I pitch the game, is that it's not really 99% of the time it's not over until it's truly over.
Right.
And I've been sitting in a Flesh and Blood tournament or Spoils tournament. That's an old example. And by turn 2, you're like, I've lost this game. Like a fundamental
Right.
exchange has happened, a trade has happened that just completely went against me, and now I just have to watch as I slowly lose this game.
Right.
And Hubworld, you could just win 3 actions. You could win from 0 to 3.
You could
technically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always an exciting kind of finish to make sure. And even when you're on that last point, and it's like you can really move it around and make it really annoying for your opponent to get. Mm-hmm. What's up, Tim Bunn? Hey, Tim. Good to see you. I haven't seen Tim in a stream in a long time.
Tim.
What's your profile picture now? Looks like some sort of cool art piece involving a moon and a sun. Somewhat minimal style there.
Saw Tim last night. It was good to see him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brought his dog.
Brought the dog.
Yeah, dog was nice.
Dan Burkhardt is here. What's up, Dan? Van Dougherty. What's up, Van? Stream is starting, has started, and will continue to start. Sean Tilson is here. Thomas Morton is here. Maxine is here.
Hey, Maxine.
Hi, Maxine.
Sita is here. Torres88 also here. And Donut Mike, the legend. Good to see you, Donut Mike. Chunks from London.
Nice.
Coming in.
Chunks, playtesting.
Playtester. Oh, nice. Dysphoria also from the UK. I think.
Don't forget, earlier we had both Totally Random and Frank
Totally
Levi
Random and Frank, of course.
talking about applying for our new opening.
Our operations specialist job. That's right. I feel like my exceedingly good delivery of that job application posting, Julie said that it led to a quality of applicant that was much higher than what she was getting previously. So, a little humor goes a long way. Stirring the pot.
Oladell was the first one here. Note for the record.
Oladell did
and
literally
still
say
here.
first in the comments.
Yeah, which
literally
means
said first.
They were first.
But I was the first person on my personal account to like the video. That may be a little inside trading, I do that though.
I do that all the time.
My personal account, I like it because I like what we do.
Yeah.
I think it's legit.
Right. I think so. That's what that's what I do. So I'm going to agree with you.
And then finally, we got Peter also. I think Peter's from UK as well. Andrew Fisher's here, of course.
Hey, Fisher.
Calvin and Alex Becker, probably running the postal route today in the USPS truck, listening to us go as usual.
Did you get Nick?
What's up, Alex?
Nick's also here.
Nick is here. I see Nick. Yeah, there's Nick.
Yeah, there's Nick.
You got to do it better. You got to do it. Oh wait, is there a Skeleton Crew shirt in the profile picture there? Do you see that?
Nick?
Can you pop Nick's big avatar? No, it's not. It looks Skeleton Crew though, didn't it? Hello, I recently discovered Idolon and watched back through TC's playthrough of the demo decks. Just remember that. Any chance those might be made available again? Also, will there be a late pledge for the game? There will be a late pledge. Apparently, August, September-ish.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. There will be a late pledge, but its exact date is unknown. But later this year, that will be made available. We will certainly let you know that in our Discord if you're in there, maybe through emails as well. And also, I'm sure the Earthborn Discord and Earthborn comms
we'll make
social media
we'll make
and all of that.
a big deal out of it.
Are you guys doing like all the standard social channels still?
Yes.
Facebook, X,
Yep. Blue Sky,
Instagram.
Instagram.
You doing TikTok?
Not yet.
Yeah, I know. It's like a begrudging. We haven't gone yet.
We should.
It feels like it feels like the boulder is on the top of the hill, and you're just like, do I really want it to roll down?
It's rolling. It's
you're standing in the way.
Yeah. Do you want to be above it or below it? Is the question.
That's true. That's true. Maybe we should. Should we TikTok?
No.
But we can't just be old.
No.
That's the problem. We can't just be old.
We can.
If we're going to say no to TikTok, we need to hire somebody younger than us to run our social media.
Who says yes to TikTok?
Presumably. I mean, if the kids are saying maybe TikTok's old now. What are the kids doing?
Well, we have said no. We're no on Twitter. We're no on Facebook.
Twitter
and we're no on TikTok.
I think we can go back to Facebook. It's kind of stabilized. It just is what it is at this point.
I don't know. I haven't been there in a very long time.
It's people your age and older.
I know. That's why I'm not there.
But I think they're the ones that are probably buying a
lot of AI. A lot of AI.
Can that AI buy Hubworld Idolon?
Yeah.
Probably. At a certain point.
I've seen the things, where like AI just like is like talking to each other, like they get in like one of those ant.
You've seen those
files.
YouTube comments before? where they're like, great video.
Yeah,
I
I've seen
also
those.
would like to make money, and you wouldn't believe his financial advisor, Linda McMahon or whatever. And then it goes to the next comment, and it's like, Linda, what is her phone number? And then the next comment is like, this is great, but tell her I said. It's just like, guys,
We get it.
come on.
They're so cordial.
Come on.
Mutton Chop's here. Mutton Chop's in the chat.
Mutton Chop, good to see you, Mutton Chop.
Continuing to make great holders for various gaming things.
Which deck do you want to play?
So I've piloted a couple of these decks. So either or are we going to play just one game, 2 games?
We'll play as many
games
as you
as
feel
we
like
can
playing.
squeeze in.
I
Let's
got
see.
nothing
I
else
think
going
there's
on
a couple of questions also.
Okay.
I asked.
I'll
I
play
asked
my
for questions.
Bopax
It would
deck.
be
I'll start
wrong of
with-
me to not say it. Team still looking for artists? Question mark.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
you getting? Is that normal? You get like a double up on your?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's normal?
Yeah,
That's
we
normal.
do that just to keep everybody on.
Well,
guard.
you're seeing like the back end.
Oh, I see.
version of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Everyone
okay.
everyone in the front scene is pristine.
Got it.
Pristine.
Sorry.
That's what he keeps telling us. I've never verified.
No, actually,
I
was
can
on the,
confirm it does look fine on the other side.
I was on the other side recently, and I was like, "What is that? I've never seen that before." Yeah, that looks much like shit. Any foil? Got any foil from Van?
Any premium cards? You gonna foil some stuff?
I don't think so.
No, you can't bury a foil. You know, that's the Earthborn test, right? You got it. Can you bury the card and it go away in 20
Well,
years?
I mean, technically, it probably will break down in time. We did do a podcast episode where we did talk about what happens to in the recycling process. What would happen to foiling on a card or like any kind of shiny print layer that's applied, and it all just gets kind of carried away in the non-recyclable sludge that then gets used for whatever purposes.
Sprayed in various places. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Fertilizing crops, etc.
Yeah. So probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
alternate
fair.
art, I mean,
Maybe.
maybe
Yeah, I'm
like
not going
a-
to commit. I don't think I'm going to commit to anything. Like that, we'd have to have a delivery mechanism for that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say that if we end up doing like official events and things, like if we end up doing like a Hubworlds, for example, and
For example,
perhaps
For
in
example.
Tulsa,
Oklahoma. Yeah.
at some
Maybe the
point
first
in the-
event at a theoretical
right,
new
perhaps
play space.
it would make sense. I think to have some kind of cool card to commemorate that.
I think you should give away like a tree.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be cool?
how big of a tree?
I mean, like a $200, $300, $400 tree.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like the ones that you can just plant and be done.
Oh, sure.
You don't have to like nurture them.
Here's
Just like
a tree.
This is like a half grown.
What if you like live in an apartment or something?
Well, I mean, you could sell the tree. This is the thing about the TCGs too.
What's
You know,
the secondhand tree market like?
put it out front. $200 tree. I don't know. Yeah, the thing about it.
Let's
though,
workshop that one.
It's just very, it's very in brand. You know, the thing that I love about the approach though is like, it's just the fundies. It's the simplicity of it where you get the expansion. It's what you're playing like 2 a year ish.
2 a year. Yep.
Every expansion is a draft cube. It has the playset of what you need, and then it's just like simple the end.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have all of these. And then there's this special thing over here, and this supplementary thing, and then this other tournament thing, and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of the promise of the format, which is you buy the thing, you have everything that everyone else is going to have, and you're just done with it.
Yeah, I really want the experience to be the draw, the game to be the draw.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to try to have to lure people in with a bunch of bonus cards you don't need.
That's why we shouldn't be on TikTok.
Sure.
We're just in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Our psychology is not set up for it. Call me old-fashioned. So you've played green and purple, you said?
I played the Abnus deck, and I've played this Chairman Bopax deck
I looked
a
at the
few
Abnus
times.
deck, man. That just seems insane.
I won last time I played with it, but I didn't get it to do its thing. I just played the game.
I assume discard pile is like a big part of the game
It is,
plan, right?
yeah. There's a lot of archive stuff happening there. I couldn't quite get it to work, but I'll try again with it if we play a second game. But I think I'll start with this mono old Idolon deck.
Packs, okay. I'll do Jayco.
Jayco?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know, like, is there a theory of the game behind this deck? Is there a theory of how to win with it?
This is 2-color.
It is 2-color. Yep. Oh, yeah. I don't. So I know what's going on with the goalie deck. I know what's going on with the Abnus deck and this. I don't know this one as well.
I'm just gonna shuffle it up. And
Yeah,
see
my
what
buddy
happens.
Sebastian was playing with it, and he came
Buddy,
very
that's your
close,
child.
but different
Oh,
Sebastian.
okay.
I was about
this is
to.
a very,
I was
very
like,
charming
he's
way to
being
refer to your child.
Different Sebastian. SAB Sebastian, so SEB Sebastian is my son.
Nice,
but we have a lot of fun when Sebastian is over to play games. When we call for Sebastian, he's like, I'm right here.
Classic gig. Yeah.
Fisher says your deck is aggressive, Steven.
My deck is aggressive.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense because
Jaco
Gotta
and
go
Ace
fast.
collectively very aggressive.
Yeah.
I
I
build up that heat. Don't care. Just go.
I've been thinking about it a lot, and then do you just shore up your commons quickly and then just get a million heat, but assume that you can keep them out of the one place where it's really problematic? Because 18 heat with a hand of 3 cards doesn't
Not a
matter.
huge deal, yeah.
Or nothing in the archives doesn't matter. But if
Yeah.
you go 18 deep on the commons, problem.
Right.
That's a problem.
It is a problem.
That's probably a game winner.
It is a problem, but you also need to even if I were to access that many cards, I still need the shards to do something about it. I still need to maybe, pay the cipher. So many times I'll encounter an agent and not be able to do anything about it on that turn, and sometimes that's enough, and then you're just lost because come right back and get you.
Like those old NAPD contracts.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't stand that card. I got to run with 4 credits at all times. And you just made a game
staple
of
agenda.
Of these decks, do you have one that's your favorite? Any factions that you particularly speak to you?
I built so my son Sam and I we did some constructed play, and I built a pretty fun old Idolon collective deck. It was split right down the middle,
Oh, wow.
3 and 3, and I really enjoyed that a lot. Had a lot of really great protective stuff, like really good barriers, and great economy at 3 pips. So I enjoyed that quite a bit.
That's just classic. That's classic.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it expensive for them to get in and make a bunch of money.
Yep.
Like the Lannisters.
Yeah, it was fun.
Do you think that... I'm trying to think, when it comes to Jaco, v. Bopax, v. Abnus, v. Goldie, have you found that any of these Seekers are, I don't know, looking stronger than others, particularly in playtesting and early games, that kind of thing?
I think there was one that we did not. So there's 8 Seekers in the first set. And I think there was one Seeker in a design meeting that might be getting the boot. Because it's a little too good. Yeah.
Not even a change, but just
I think so, yeah.
It's out of here.
Yeah, Fisher could confirm one way or another, but I'm pretty sure one of those is out the door. But I think these ones, we've been testing these ones a lot, and I think they're pretty much going to stay the same.
It's cool because they are very different to achieve the same kind of power level and have such a different approach to the game. Is really tight. You've done a great job of that. Okay, what do you do? 5 cards? You want to cut?
Sure.
Big time tournament game, buddy.
When was the last time we played a competitive game against each other? Was it when I was back in 2020 when I came to visit you and we played Netrunner in your house? Was that the last time we played a competitive
Probably.
game?
Yeah, because Earthborn.
Last thing we played was
next
Earthborn,
Yeah.
which we crushed. Earthborn Rangers. And then we never played Star Wars CCG, right? That's just you and Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Crazy.
I think so.
Long time. Too long.
I think so. I agree. I agree because I feel like we probably are going to play in similar kind. We have similar philosophy of gaming. Do we need to know who goes first?
First. Look at the card. Does the card
This
say
thing?
that? Probably not, actually.
I think probably. Usually before you look at your hand. All right. Find the token.
Because I'm a mulligan differently. It's that one.
No. I'll go first.
Okay.
You give the old side game off the top, Steve.
Yeah, I know. Look at it go, dude. You side gave me right up. Okay, any amount they'll get set aside and then shuffled back in. And I actually get to read. I need to read these cards.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, they're all
As a
new.
blank or a blank, cancel. Okay, yeah, nobody needs that. That's not. I'm not looking for that now. Gain 1. Ugh. Okay, so we're just understood.
I'm just gonna mulligan 1.
For those that like to read Andrew Fisher, saying a lot of good stuff here at the bottom of the screen.
Okay, one's gone. Pick one up.
That's good. Yeah, he says the other Remnant Seeker has seen the biggest power swings. She's too good, then too weak, then too good. She's also my favorite.
I'm sure that happens so much. Okay. Wow. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, so you're getting to explore these stars for the first time. You're like, what is all this stuff?
Any of these
so
cards.
you didn't even like look at the set when we sent it over.
No.
Okay.
He needs an excuse when he loses.
No, I gotta have an excuse. I've never seen the cards before.
Right.
Are you going first? Is there any special
I'm going
rules
first.
for the first player? You cannot delve either of us on our first action.
Correct.
Okay.
That's it.
And then we get 5 shards. Does it bother you if you call them something other than shards? Jonathan drives him crazy.
What if we like call them credits?
If we call them credits, particularly money,
Money's the one that
dollars,
drives him crazy.
bucks.
I say shards. Try to say shards because you
Out of
gain a
respect.
shard, draw a card,
Yeah, shard and card.
shard and a card.
Yeah.
Like the easiest thing to remember.
That's
Do
why
we
you-
have a token. So I guess we can use this as the first player token.
Is that why you named them shards? Does it rhyme with cards?
No, that was just a fun coincidence. Shard and a card.
Shard and a card. Okay, well, it's all you.
You know what? In the spirit of Earthborn, we can use this as Earthborn.
Ooh, yeah. The Ranger.
Oh, okay.
That can be your first
right.
player.
It is me.
Wow. That's so
Wow,
cool.
this is so much bigger in
Isn't it
person.
so cool? You probably haven't seen that in real life.
No.
Locator
Locator,
Gaming did that.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that rock. It's a great looking rock.
It's actually kind of a cool idea, even for a ranger persona, just like a piece of hardware, just walking around the world solving problems.
It's got just like a little cape.
Staff.
The staff is appropriately sized, but the cape is just so small. All right, that's me, first player. That's great.
How many-
I thought this was like half the size every time I saw it. I don't know.
That's chunky.
Yeah, it's big.
How many sets are you guys in advance? I'm going to ask Andrew a lot of questions to distract him.
Good. Got it. Get him. You're finishing up one right now, right?
Hold on one second. I'm about to play. I'm about to do something here.
Yeah.
Got
I
him.
bet-
You got him.
If I know anything, it's like finishing one. A number of designs have been kicked to set 2, and there's probably some light. There's probably a giant Dropbox folder or Google Drive folder of like 1,000 potential card designs, and then it's like trying to sort through for the second set.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. What was the question?
How many sets do you guys work in it? How many? Oh, here it is. I'll just put it on the screen. How many sets in advance does the team work on?
I think we're only going to essentially be working like at one set in advance. But yeah, like Steven was saying, as we work on stuff, some stuff will get kicked out, and then you end up kind of by proxy working on future sets by pushing some ideas down the road.
That's cool. This is a really good one from Sean. Curious Andrew's film with the In-Call, which I'm sure he is, what he thinks about any connection between the theme between Aidalon and In-Call.
Never heard of it.
Really? The Mobius comic?
Oh, I've heard of Mobius.
Yeah, but that's that's the first one I encountered from Mobius.
Ah, okay.
Have you read any Mobius stuff?
It's here and there.
It's very French.
Yeah, I mostly just like the art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do
It was
never
his
read a
stuff
lot.
was like a lot more French than I thought it was.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not familiar with it. I'm
Oh,
not familiar with
well,
it. I should
alright
check it
then.
out. I've probably like seen
Well,
images from it, but I've not actually.
The forward of the version I got was like basically once you start reading it, you're going to notice a lot of recurring themes because so much stuff has been based on it since it got written. Like Fifth Element's based on it, Men in Black is based on it. You just go down the list. It's like, oh, I've read this before through cultural like osmosis.
Sure. Well, then by extension, yeah, there's definitely a like touch points in Fifth Element. Like
Okay.
Fifth Element does so many things uniquely that like looking at that as a source of, not to say like, oh, we're going to take that one thing from Fifth Element, but like to think of like, well, when they did the visual design for Fifth Element, they went this direction that you did not expect.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the same philosophy we're trying to take with a lot of stuff we're doing. It's like, again, let's not do the obvious thing. Let's take it in a different, more interesting, visually spectacular direction.
I love it. Yeah, I can see that now you say it.
And colorful too. I think that's
Yeah.
another thing too about Fifth Element, especially those cities. Like there's a vibrance to it
Yeah.
that is very different from like a cyberpunk,
Like Blade Runner,
grungy
for instance.
Blade Runner.
Mhm.
Everything's rainy and gross.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Environment.
I like that.
I did that.
You did that. Okay.
Your action tokens have arrows as well. Did you know that?
They do.
I'm seeing arrows everywhere.
They
now.
are. Well, these are the important. These are the most important arrows.
And there's like arrows making a circle of arrows. Or
Yeah, the
a
one we're going
rectangle.
to change is the encounter one. It has like a, it's like a exclamation point in a
Yes.
triangle, and like that just, it's a needless arrow. We don't, we don't need to do that.
Oops, all arrows.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Stop
one.
sign, yield sign, hazard sign.
Mm-hmm.
You do a lot of different ways.
Mm,
Just a fist, I guess, would work.
Fist is just a square.
It's fist to be square.
Good.
Come on, man. Quit trying to trigger your ability.
What's
You think I don't know what you're doing?
Make me stop.
This is not the game I want to be playing. I want to be running. And what does it matter if I gain a heat? What's a heat anyway?
That's true. To Jaco, nothing.
Nothing.
It's just one more on the pile,
Yeah.
but happy to add it on.
So you've got, how many cards? You got 4 cards, 3 cards over there. And one of them is an agent. Guaranteed.
Maybe.
I got the back-to-back, baby. Coming at you.
Fine. I'll delve your comments.
This one?
Yep, that's the one.
I'm going to res this card. I'm going to force
What are you
this
gonna?
card.
There you go.
Prized Gulk.
Oh gosh,
Hazard icon. Gain a shard.
so good. The art for this, the sketch is so good. So Joe Banner did a concept of this. It's just fantastic.
And
It's hilarious.
Joe's a childhood friend of yours, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
so cool.
Yeah. We've been friends since 7th grade, in between 6th grade and 7th grade.
So cool.
Yeah, like almost 40 years now.
Joe feels like almost a you and Joey kind of thing, where he's just drawing such strange and awesome things, and it's just like, what?
Where are you
where does
getting
this
this?
come from?
Yeah.
All right, gain your shard.
I did it.
I will pay.
That's a great exchange.
Yeah, when I played Sam, he had 2 of these in one row, and like it's so much to get rid of.
Get ready for your boy Steven maybe to do the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see if I got any instants.
Oh yeah, do you have any instance? Anything you want to do before I access your cards?
No.
All right, I'll give you a heat.
You paying one to give me a heat.
I am.
I'll get a little.
Here, I got these out for a heat.
Oh.
The virus counters and the.
Where do you want them? Right here?
I usually put them on the Seeker.
I'm hot.
All right,
Access one card.
give me one.
Do we both look at it?
We can both see it. Yeah.
I slap it on the table. Is that another prized Gulk?
No.
Yowling Tizu. What's that one do?
Interesting.
Oh, Andrew.
You
Come
can gain
on.
a heat to give me a heat with it.
Huh. I'm going to have a million heat this game, aren't I?
Yeah, you may keep it.
Okay. No, I know it's there. Over to me.
Mm-hmm.
Last action. I gotta see what's in that hand. I'm going to initiate a run on the council.
What are you doing?
Initiating a forge, a delving on your council, baby.
I will not.
I'm gonna do a thing.
I will not forge this.
I'm gonna get 2 money and gain a heat before you make decisions.
Okay.
I'm approaching right now. I'm approaching.
Yeah. Now that you're here, you're approaching.
Oh, okay.
So this is where you do it.
It's not here. It's out.
Not. Yeah. It's not here. It's here.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna give me a heat.
I'm gonna do some more
I assume?
stuff.
Oh, you got more to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do a wall wizard.
Mm-hmm.
After I complete a breach on a district, I'm gonna exhaust it to gain 2. Just
smart.
put that
Yeah.
in our brains
Yes.
so that we both remember that that's what's happening.
Got it. We got a
Pay
nice
one.
little economy happening here.
Pay 1 to give you heat,
Take it.
and then I'll access 1 card. And of course, as an old Netrunner player, I will never trust my feelings. That way you can never feel weird about what has happened. Ha! Franchise fees. Exhaust a card in your front row, gain 4. What? That's good. It doesn't even have to be forged?
Nope.
What? Pretty cool. Good job. And then I'll do this because we both remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I'll gain 2 afterwards.
Nice. It's like it never happened.
It's like it never happened. Jaco on the queso. Over to the end.
The end.
Everything ready?
Yep.
Card and shard.
The end is always like think of as the instant bonanza. So
Yeah.
at the end, you just do all the things,
Everything that
collect
can
all the
happen.
stuff. So yeah, I'm going to collect a card during the bonanza.
Oh,
Instant bonanza.
I need to draw a card from Jaco too. Gain 2 and draw a card. I thought it was just gain 2. It's even better. Whoa. Okay. And now I go first.
Yep. And then we.
Did you exhaust
shard, draw a
Jaco
card.
for the card?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Card and shard. Technically the last action exhaust and then it comes back up. All right, on the first
exhausted.
player, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to be aggressive. That's what everybody's saying.
That was pretty aggressive.
I think so. You have an agent in there?
Maybe.
You have 5 in there?
In my deck, I have 6.
In your hand?
I do.
Pick that up for me. That's the kind of stuff I'm always doing this way. All right, let's see. Is there anything I want to play before I just get right back in there?
And don't forget your hand limit either. That's important.
Oh,
thing to
how much
remember.
is it? Yeah,
5.
5, right. Good. Good. Let's take a look at your
Coming that way?
comments.
Okay. What did I do here? All right. I'll forge my asset protection hub. It's got refund 1, so if you
Kill it.
exile it, I'll get money back, and
Mhm.
it increases the barrier value of adjacent agents and obstacles by 1.
Is there anything adjacent to itself?
It's not adjacent to itself.
Are you adjacent to yourself? Just as when you think about it really hard,
Sometimes.
where do you end and the things adjacent to you begin?
Somewhere right here.
Roundabouts. I'll pay 1 to break that,
Okay.
and I'm going to opt to not. I don't know how to value things in this game.
It's tough. Yeah.
On purpose, right?
Yeah. It's tough.
It's got 3 pips, if that makes any difference. It's like
That just means it's more green.
It's more okay.
That doesn't
Not more
necessarily mean it's
powerfully
more
green.
powerful. Yeah.
But okay, so if we just run this out, you spin an action in 2.
Oh no.
Well, let's just,
You're
we'll
gonna
just
do this?
Let's do the credits. Let's do the credits. You spent 2.
You can tell Andrew's watched the show before.
You spent 2. I spent 1. I could spend 4 more. You gain 1. So basically, I'm out 5 credits, 5 forges, 5 shards. I'm out 5 shards, and you are out 2 shards, but you gain 1 back. So you've gained 4 units of shard in that exchange. But if I hit that 4 more times, or if I hit the thing next to it and it costs me 1 extra, maybe twice,
Mm-hmm.
then it's paid for itself. And I'm the one with the money.
Yeah. Go for it.
Cool.
Then you'll find an agent and you'll be like, God, why didn't I save my money?
I'm gonna do it, man.
You're gonna get
Yeah,
rid of it.
I'm gonna be an aggro
Okay.
player.
I like it.
You get a buck.
I like it. I do.
Shard.
I do get a shard back.
Uh-huh.
And then we go to the pile.
Yeah. Do you want to spend 2 to give me another heat?
I'm gonna Jaco for 2 as I approach. Right? Am I as I approaching currently?
You are approaching right now. Yes,
And I'm not breaching.
You're gonna gain a heat, 2 shards, and draw a card. Man, already up to 3. That's good. See, there's where you're helping me with the economy.
Pay 2
Uh-huh.
to give you another
more?
heat.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Snack says 2 cards.
All right.
First
card number
card.
1.
Franchise fees. Hate it.
Card number 2.
Priority Expressway cash. As this is forged, place 2 there. Remove 1 from it to get. Ah! I want to kill everything you've got. All right. End of a successful breach. Gain 2.
What's that one from?
That is from my Wall Wizard.
Wall Wizard.
Wall Wizard.
That only cost me really 2 credits. 2 shards.
Yeah.
In the end.
But it saved me 3 by giving yourself
Yeah,
a
we
lead.
don't. That's not something we care about. We don't pay attention to that.
Very good. Very good.
It's not important. It's not important. What's up, Aaron Clark? Good to see you.
All right. What did I put here?
You sure gave the people a long wait on this one, by the way.
Yeah, you're gonna give me crap about that?
Yeah. Well, I'm the megaphone of the people. You see, I ingest all of the commentary that comes through the videos and the Discord channels and all of that, and then I wrap it in a nice package and I deliver it to you in an unscripted environment. That's how it's always worked.
Since the beginning of time. I'm gonna put that there.
That is the strangest place to play anything.
Is it?
Yeah. What is that? I mean, is it a card that I don't?
Do you want to go find out what it is?
No, I don't want it. There's nothing over there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
What a
of
waste
run.
of time. Exactly. Why would you do that? That can't be anything important.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know the top 2 of your comments. I know you could pretty soon you can twice exhaust something in your front row to gain 4. So you're about to be in Moneyland. Not going to keep you out. Now I could try to go council and trash that card as well, and then you can't play any of your expressway toll cards, and you also can't use Bo's ability hardly ever.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead.
Now this is Hubworld.
Well, so I don't think we're really so. I think if we could be accused of anything, I think it would be launching the crowdfunding campaign earlier than we needed to.
Well, but need is a certain kind of, what does that even mean? What does need even mean?
Well, from our perspective, we've been sitting on this game for so long, and it was already a year later than when we originally planned on launching it, because we were going to launch it really like 6 months after the Rangers campaign was done. But then since that went so well, we were like, okay, well, we don't need to do that right now.
Yeah.
But also, since that went so well, we probably could have just hung out a little bit longer and gotten farther along in the process. But we didn't do that. From our perspective, we'd been waiting forever. So so we launched. And I think, as I explained in the GameFound campaign, the date we put in there for the estimated delivery, January 2027, is like as far out as I felt like it could be. And
Which probably means it's realistic. Based on
I
everything
think so.
I've ever experienced in tabletop.
Right. But it could happen earlier. Like it really depends. Like the challenge we have is getting the artwork. And because we're doing such a unique style, we can't really just go to an artist, look at a portfolio and say, oh, that guy. We have to look at them, evaluate their portfolio based on what we're doing, contact them, tell them, hey, this is what we're doing. Are you interested? And then onboard them through that in our process, and then say, all right, well, this is how we're this is the process that we go through to even make the art, this style. Is that something you're interested in? And then so a few people have been like, yes, but it's a long back and forth just to get them on the on the ramp and then going.
That's it. It takes
but
time.
Hopefully, once that base of artists is built, then we won't have to go through that again. It's just this early stages. But so far, the art we've been getting is pretty awesome.
Nice.
The people who got on board have been really great. We just need some more of them. So
I think that's reasonable.
That's the X factor.
Absolutely reasonable.
Yeah, that's the X factor.
I now am convinced that you made the right decision.
Thanks.
All criticism has been removed. My second action, I'm going to play Back Alley Deal. I'm going to gain heat in 4 credits and a card.
You're really making it so I have to.
I was told to be aggressive. I'm simply playing the prompt that was given to me.
That's right. I'm going to play franchise fees. Exhaust that card.
So now
Game 4.
You get some. But now, I mean, it's like council's looking for some action here.
Yeah, come and get it.
I will run your council.
All right. I will do nothing.
I got to decide if I want to peek at that thing, right?
Oh, yeah, you can look at it. Yeah, do you want to look at it?
But then the discoverability would fire.
Yes.
Even though it's exhausted?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I just don't know. I don't know. In like the demo decks, the discoverabilities may as well have been just, nobody cares. But there could be like some real problems here.
Yeah. Or could just be an agent.
Ooh.
Oh, let me make sure.
I did that when I played with Sam. Blue is mine because he's like, coming up from Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I ended up beating him by like a turn.
Yeah.
And at the very end, I flipped the front card in my middle row, and it was an agent.
He's got to feel crazy.
He was like, "Oh my God, I could have won the entire time." I'm like, "Yeah, he's good."
Welcome to Hubworld.
That's
son.
right, exactly. He's like, "I have to rethink everything." I'm like, "Yes, you do. Yes, you do."
Yeah, you've messed with him for like forever now. He's always going to be checking those cards.
Uh-huh.
You can't let that go.
Yeah, but now I start to put the bad stuff there, and then
Ooh,
Yeah, you got
long
it.
game.
uh-huh.
got it.
Yep, exactly.
I'm going to peek at it.
Okay, go for it. It's a pushy salesperson.
Hey, you got a thing.
I do.
No. Oh, no. This is the thing I'm not supposed to do.
Oh,
If this
I'll
card is
forge
in
it
your
for
grid,
free.
forge it for -4 shard cost, then redirect engaging player to approach this card's grid slot.
Yeah. So you're back here again,
So now you have to do the engaging part.
but it's exhausted, so you can ignore it.
Yeah, so at least there's that.
Mm-hmm.
I could kill it, right?
You can, but you'll have to pay the. Then I'll get
to
this.
get the whole thing.
You'll have to pay this and this. So it's 7. So it'd be essentially all of your shards.
That doesn't seem. That is such a crazy exchange for you. It's unbelievable.
break down
free
the
money?
math. Yeah,
4 free shards.
just because you're curious.
He told you that story about Sam. He knew what he was doing. You gotta watch this guy.
All right, let's not do anything with it. Just keep going.
All right, continue.
Do not
I have
engage.
nothing. There's nothing more I'm doing.
Okay, I'm got nothing in my hand. I need to play on the approach. Nothing weird here that matters. So I will just give you 3. Give you heat.
All right, you're looking at everything.
Yeah. I've got 5. I don't know any of the ciphers. Let's go.
Oh, this is a fun one. You'll have fun with this one.
Pax Observatory.
Ooh,
this
yeah.
is an agent? No.
No.
It's a source, but it
It's
has
like
an agent-like ability.
6 pips on that bad boy.
So it has a cipher, but it's a source.
Yes.
What are you guys doing? Okay, and this is the really good one. So you always refill to 6. Looks good.
No, I get an extra action.
For the rest.
When I refill my actions, I get
There was
1
too
more.
many arrows on the card. I lost track of which was the correct arrow. As you refill actions during the refill phase, you increase by 1. This cannot. I need to make you pay 6 for this first, though. I can't do this out of hand.
Yeah.
You don't. And then let's see another one. This one. Okay. Cornering the market. I've noticed a lot of the art on these cards is the same. It's a little bit lazy. It's not even really comedy. After you complete a breach on commons, gain 3. Okay, we've seen that one. So that's like the version of Fun Run, but for the hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is the agent.
No, this is for the commons. This is for this, not console.
Oh, right. Okay. Wait, Fun Run is just a different color of that card.
I don't know if Fun
Did it
Run does
change?
the same thing anymore.
Okay. I hate this card. I mean, I'm paying to trash this.
What's the one you're about to try?
Transit Station.
Oh, that's from the old days.
Yeah, I will pay 1.
Okay.
Get something out of this thing. I'm just going to keep you off of your barriers, and then I can do anything I want.
Right.
And I completely forgot. No, it was the Pax Observatory, and then it was the thing when you run the commons, you get some stuff. Got it.
Pax Observatory has space 6 to risk.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my last
To
action.
me.
Yeah. You get the back-to-back here.
All right. I'm going to.
You also have to play the cipher to get rid of Pax Observatory.
Yeah, exile from the grid, but that's doable.
Draw a card.
Did you draw a card?
I did. And then I'm going to
What did you just draw? I should know that.
delve. You do know it. I'm going to delve.
Hold on. What is it?
I'm
It's
here.
the tap the front, get 4. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to delve on your comments.
How'd you? Oh, you drew the instant. I see.
Yep.
Delving on the commons.
So you may gain year 1 from your prized gulk, and I will pay 1.
All right, I'm going to gain
get
1
through it.
from my prized gulk, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
And you're paying 1 to go through.
Yeah,
Okay, I have an
continue.
instant.
All right, what you gonna do?
Street Parade.
Oh,
Coming in for a rush.
oh, this street parade's the worst.
I'm going to pay 4. Barrier of 3.
I'll budge my way through that parade.
All right.
Keep going.
Any approachy, breachy stuff?
Nope.
Okay. And then I currently have 4 heat. Would you like to give me a heat? You cannot.
Why would I bother?
First card. Hey-ya!
Okay.
Marauder's Market. I like that I ran into a pushy salesperson and Andrew ran into a street parade. This is very, very, very good.
Yeah. All right. You may keep that. I'll continue.
Oh, that's a great card for
It
me.
is, but I only have 3 shards, and I'm feeling good about finding an agent in these 4 cards. So
I'm just stoked that it's coming up because that's going to be a big one for me.
Hey,
There's
there we
one.
go.
Ooh,
There we go.
who's that?
All right. So choose a player. They draw 2 cards.
Who's that
That's
to?
your choice. You can make me draw 2, or you can draw 2.
What's the name of that guy?
This is called
Recruiter Milero.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a good one for you to find. Ugh, you just have to be 2? That's
Yeah,
garbage.
just
Didn't even
2.
have a cipher.
Nope. But who's drawing 2 cards? You or me? Cut me closer to the next agent,
I
please.
know, that's kind of the problem. But I'll do 2.
Okay.
Can I do that now?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Interesting.
To get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, don't forget your hand limit next turn.
Thanks.
All right, I'll pay 2. I'll steal it. I'll secure it.
Good job.
All right, you get 2 more.
Last card? No, 2
No,
more.
2
yeah.
more.
Dodge. See, that would have been
That
handy
one's-
against
that
your
one's- yeah,
against your
that one's
salesperson.
real nice, yep.
You dodged the salesperson.
Uh-huh.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
My wife's
No,
calling.
thank you.
And a not today. Very cool. I see. It's a play on words.
Yeah. So it lets you get rid of my moments. Pretty handy.
Wow.
All right. Well, I
Back
got
in
one.
the
Got
order
one.
in which they were given to me.
Yes. And then after I complete a breach on commons, I will play cornering the market, and I will gain 3.
You gain cash. Okay. Okay.
All right.
So, from a narrative perspective, there, just for fun. So you went after his commons. You stopped and looked at the prize Gulk, and it was so cool that you had to give it some money.
Yeah, so mesmerizing.
Yeah. You're just like, wow, it's worth it. And you spent so much time looking at the Gulk that you got caught up in a street parade.
Well,
Had to push your way through.
It's more like you're like walking down the street, and then like the street parade comes back barreling around the corner. You know that like narrative device in films. So like all of a sudden you're just like there's people all around you. Yeah, like in Thor Ragnarok is the one that comes to mind.
Nice.
Man, what a good thing.
I once almost missed a flight because I got caught in a marathon.
Okay, we're done with that turn, yeah?
Yeah,
Everything ready?
over.
Is there any instance to
I
slap?
Yes, I'm going to forge my crispy crawler.
Oh,
That's
hold on.
cash
There's
too.
something. Sean's got something. Sean's got something. I'm going to have to figure this out.
Navaro doesn't draw themselves. Oops, been playing that wrong. Oh, Navaro can draw itself? That can't be possible.
No.
But is it?
No,
Because you're not. The card is still on the top of my deck when you're discovering.
I don't think that's
The cards are absolutely
not
on the
as
top of my
that's
deck.
not as it's intended. No way.
Where's the card when you're discovering it?
Hey man, if you want it, you want to do it. I don't fucking care.
No, I don't. I don't want it.
All right.
I'm just curious about that. So that's
Move
a
on.
fun interaction.
If that's how it works, then we should change that. Not because I stole it, but that's bad. That's a feel bad moment.
We're playtesting.
Yeah. Or it has to say it like specifically in a parenthetical, like it may draw itself.
It may draw itself, just in case anybody's confused.
Yeah.
Which I was. Oh, you can have it. You can have it. We'll just put a little asterisk next to. Just kidding. What do? You pay one for that? Or
I'm
what
gonna pay
happens?
one for that, and then I'm gonna collect.
You immediately get a
Get a shard back.
Oh. You remove one for that, you got to remove a...
Nope, that's as the round begins, I remove one and I get it. But it has the collection icon on it.
Which one's that one?
Crispy Crawler.
Gosh, it's so good.
That's a fast food franchise in Hubworld.
Excellent. Love
They
that.
serve like worms and stuff?
Yeah, it's like a bug. It's like this really gross looking but super delicious bug.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. It's got a logo and everything. It's pretty great. All right, did you gain a shard and draw a card?
I haven't done the stuff yet, and then I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in my pile. What shall I put there? I have how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Well, do barriers even matter anymore? Because you really are only going to need one big run. I was told to be too aggressive. I just want to let you know that.
I don't think you're being overly aggressive. 4 heat for Jaco on what are we on, round 3? Not unheard of.
Okay.
I have 3. I mean, we're kind of neck and neck. You should be more aggressive. Give yourself more heat.
You're the engaging player, right? Yes, you're the engaging player.
Yes.
You're very engaging.
Well, when I'm engaged with one of your forged cards, I'm the engaging player. Oh, you have some decisions to make.
I got some decisions, yeah. I mean, all of these are decisions that I just... It's tough. These are tough decisions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can do that. I think I need that. I think I don't need this. This is like a if you have time card, which I do not. This is a time if you have time card. This is an agent.
This is an agent.
This is a now card. This is a now card. And these cards, I guess I'm going to have to get rid of. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess we'll get rid of this one. I don't even know. Gains 1. Okay. I don't feel like we have time for this. Okay.
The order doesn't matter. Cards and archives are accessed pretty much like they are in your console. I just access them in a random order.
Which I like. I think that's appropriate. All right, what's next? Are you going first?
I'm going first.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going first. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delve. I want to get rid of this wall wizard. It's very good for you.
Does it have an icon on it?
No.
Very, very good for you.
Doesn't have a... It is really good for me. Please don't get rid of it. I need the money.
Yeah, I'm going to delve on your console.
Okay.
Do you have anything you want to do here
Presenting
instantly?
the wall wizard to you.
Okay.
No.
I will hire your wall wizard.
You killed it?
I hired him. Now he's working for me.
So I get a refund 1.
Yeah.
You gave me a shard.
It's better than 2 every delve. I personally don't like exiling anything. Like, it always feels like
I don't
I've
either.
spent too much.
You made me do it with Solaro or whatever.
Solaro.
I couldn't get, or Nolero. I couldn't give you, it can give you 2 cards. You could get into your obstacles, and you're wide open right now, baby.
So the question for me about this is if this actually does work to draw 2 cards. Does that mean, since it's the second one accessed, you draw the first card first and then this one?
Yeah, it would mean that.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a very recent ruling. Corey has confirmed.
Bad rule.
You just gotta let the game take over, man. You gotta quit trying to control it. Just let the cards do what they say.
Yeah, I don't like it. Reword it. All right. I'm not going to give you no heat, obviously. All right, here we go. Oh, Look at the top card of the engaging player's commons.
Let's take a look.
What's that one?
That is a narrow catwalk.
If that top card is a moment, archive it.
It is a moment.
Archive it. What is it? Oh. I would have liked that.
Oh, I guess, yeah, you would see it.
All right. Yeah, you always get the look. Back alley deal.
It's a good card. Who needs a little heat?
This card's in your grid. It is not.
I wish it was. I would love that
Hey!
ability right now.
Who dat?
That is
Shuffle one moment from your exile into your commons.
Dilbert the Fence.
So you can do that. And
got it.
Drelber the Fence, I'll secure that.
You sure will.
So you don't have to pay the 4 because he's not in the grid.
Correct.
So all you got to pay is the 2 and because there's no cipher.
But I am now completely out of shards. Really out.
I was like, where's my hand? And it's like, oh.
It's right there.
It's right here. Okay. Well, 2-0, huh? Mr. Navaro. I don't think I can stop. There is only go.
Yeah. I mean, you have wide open.
It is wide open. I just need some cash. I can get 2 from Jake the
I
Snake.
need just a little more heat.
And then we pay 4 to give you a new heat.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a little time, I think. Yeah, you got to do something to get some money. You've got 1 on tap over there.
Yes, I do.
And you probably have some cards.
I might.
I mean, I probably should know exactly what's in your hand at this point, but I'm no Dan Dargenio. Back out of the deal.
It's a
Gain
good
4.
callback.
Gain heat, gain 4. And draw
It
a
immediately
card.
called to mind his art piece. Like the one that
Yeah.
like real scumbag looking guys smoking.
Nailed it. Perfectly captured. He's a real scumbag.
No.
Dan.
No.
He
He only plays one on TV.
he's a very sweet man.
Exactly.
Very sweet man. Does not like wearing sleeves on his shirts. Which is
Who
also,
does?
Yeah,
I don't.
Who even likes
I don't. It's just too cold in here.
Yeah.
I do have a tank top in my backpack for later because it's so hot
I
here.
feel like tank top plus jacket is really the key. I think that's like the cool look. That's the Idolon look. That's what we should be going for.
So I'm sorry. What are you doing? Are you delving on my comments? Is that what's happening? Is that where you're going?
Wait a minute.
What are you doing?
What happened?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Wait, Draubert. Wait, hold on. The chat is blowing our minds here. Shuffle 1 moment from your exile into your comments.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yeah, but Draubert gets shuffled back in as well?
What?
No. Wait.
That one's I can't quite figure that one
He's
out.
still in the deck when you discover the card, so the card leaves the relevant district after you discover it.
It was in his. That was in your council though.
What?
Yeah, it was in his council. That you are correct about that.
It was in my council.
But if it was in your commons, it would get shuffled with everything else.
Oh.
That's like maybe the thing that this faction is doing.
I get it. Because if I discover it from here, and then the discover says shuffle something into here, then I don't have to shuffle my deck, which means everything that you...
That I discovered, and then do I rediscover
I
everything?
don't know. You made the game. I don't know how it works.
These rulings, I'm sorry, I'm not into them. It's like they're so overcomplicated.
All right, I've done the thing.
Not good. Not good.
I've done the thing. I got some money, and then what are you doing? What's your second action?
Let's see. I will.
He's out of credit, Steven.
I am out of credits.
Oh, it's set aside after you discover it. Okay, and then they get shuffled like the mulligan. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
If
you
it-
would discover the top card, it's set aside.
Right, it can't but it can't keep me from securing it when it happens.
Only if it's from here, because
Right.
then it's set. Well, where is it? Yeah, I guess it's not in the deck. It should be set aside when you start the process. Just to make that easy.
Exactly.
That's easy.
Exactly.
We can solve that problem. right now.
Exactly.
When you discover a card, you one at a time. You set the card aside and then resolve the text.
The moment you need to like start a dissertation to tell me how this card functions, That's not good.
We got a mortar state.
That's
coming
not
up here.
good.
It is more
It
fun.
is mortar
While being
It's
discovered.
both discovered and undiscovered at the same time.
That's right. It's in a pocket dimension.
You're making Corey nervous. I can feel it from the chat. LOL, that's all okay. Continue. What's up, Alex? Saying I got a YouTube recommended video yesterday of Netrunner Worlds like 10 years ago.
Nice.
That was probably Jeremy Zwern playing in the finals of the first.
Was I
Netrunner.
commentating on it? I was there in 1 year commentating.
No, this is way before Worlds was that. This was
okay.
that was at Gen Con, I guess, that Jeremy was. Wasn't
Yeah.
that the first?
He wasn't in
finals?
the very first. I don't think he was.
No, it was the old FFG Worlds where it was like 70 people in an attic. You remember those days?
It was like on the other side.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, like
Everybody-
when we were like just like the room over from the office.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like your like conference room.
Yeah, that was something.
Everyone got a free copy of Star Wars LCG.
This
That was pretty cool. I guess you could do that when there's like 40 people there.
Yeah.
Franchise fees.
Yeah, you just got to make money the hard way. I understand.
All right.
4? You sure it says 4 on it?
Yeah, exhausted card in your front row, gain 4. I had to turn off my pushy salesperson. Well, I'm
You can
made
you
a
can-
sale.
Yeah, that's right. All right, everything's cool. I'm going home. I'm going to have a martini.
Yeah, well,
lunch.
this spot here on the grid, he's got to pay the franchise fees to have this prime real
That's
estate.
right. That's right. But then, yeah, that exhausts the too much money spent in a day. Got to go home. Check my statement. We're gonna delve on the comments.
Do it.
You got any
Are you gonna
instance
give me another
before I get in there?
I'd
Don't you dare rush anything out.
love to be able to do that. I'd love to be able to do that. Tempted to draw a card, but
Do you know what's on the top?
I don't.
Do I?
I don't think so.
I guess I gotta check.
No,
the endings.
I'm gonna follow my instincts.
Oh, not an agent. Not an agent.
All right.
It wasn't an agent. I can tell you all over your face.
What?
It was not an agent. When I approach this, I'm going to gain a heat and gain 2 credits and gain a card.
Gosh, you have so much money. How do you have so much money?
Because I
And you have another
traded
heat over
for
there?
heat. Because you have 2 agents and I have all the heat, but...
All right, so I assume you're going to give me another one. Up to 4?
Yes, that is the intent. Yep.
All right. All right.
Let's take a look at 4 cards, man.
Number 1. Oh!
Hey!
There you go.
Yep, archive the top card of engaging players' comments. That's me.
Who's that?
That's you.
I'm engaging.
Yep.
You want that?
Yeah.
You sure you want to trigger that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Why not?
And then just 2?
Yeah, pay 2.
Who's this guy?
This is Frost.
Frost.
Ooh, cool.
We just got the art in for him. Very
Ooh.
cool looking character.
3 left.
2. Oh, Shard winner.
Nobody has time for this card right now.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
so
a great
good.
card.
All right.
3rd card.
This real inspector.
These are all the cards I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, you know these guys. Familiar friends.
Last
more.
card. Yeah,
You tied
give
up?
me that agent.
What's that one?
Asset protection. My asset
yeah,
protection
asset
hub.
protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Still not really, Okay.
1 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 2 for now.
Okay. And then let me see if I have any whenever you do the things cards.
I think I just have to go look at that archives. There's so much there.
Yeah.
All right. That's me.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to finish off the round by delving your archives. Before I get there, I'm going to get another shard.
I have 4 cards in my archives, and I have.
I will see them all.
6 heat.
Wow, 6 heat?
They told me to play aggressive. I don't know. I'm just using all the cards that you guys put in the deck for me. Ready?
Yep.
Job board.
All right, no. Goodbye.
Hoarder's Array.
Sayonara.
Marauders Market.
Smell you later. Hey, there we go. I can't get it.
Can't get it.
Can't get it. But I know where it is.
I have approximately 2 actions.
All right. Very good.
Very good, very good. Let's make sure we know what that does. Okay. All right, my action, eh?
Put a barrier down.
There's no way that I can block this faster than you can gain the money to get past whatever I put down. Unless I have something that puts an archive thing back in the back in.
Mm-hmm.
So
which I don't know if you have.
I certainly don't think I do. I think I have to check your hand and steal one. And then next turn I have to run your commons again, get 2 from Jaco, and hope for the best. Hope that the one card that I see is good. Let's see if there's any way I can get a lot of money. We got to check all of our outs here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Check all of it. No, no, no. Okay. Okay. My last action, I'm going to look at your council.
All right.
I'm going to go through the salesperson.
Well, you get to ignore the salesperson.
I'm ignoring the salesperson. We'll do this one.
There you go.
That's an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaust a card on my front row. Well, I
do
can
that.
do that.
There you
and
go.
I can pay 1.
Ooh,
Nice.
who's that?
Ulan Mar. Is that the one you drew?
It is.
Let's see those other 2. Let's see those other 2.
Yeah, you know these ones
I
already.
know that one.
You know that one.
And I know that one. Yeah. Not a long enough game for the observatory, I dare say.
It's really good in multiplayer. Because
I'm sure.
it's like you get it up and then it's just who at the table wants to deal with that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, nobody.
Terrifying. Nobody wants to
Nobody.
do that. No, nobody. Okay, everything's done for the round?
Yes,
Everyone cool? You got any instance?
I do not.
All right. Chart a card.
All right, can you win?
This is the delve.
Right now.
This is the delve.
This is the delve.
Yeah,
This is
you
it.
either win now or I win.
Now, if you have put an agent over there in your archives,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations. You did it. You can forever say that you got the better of me.
You know what's in the archives. You're the one who put it there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's get rid of something that doesn't matter so much.
Yeah, I feel good about your chances.
I'm only going to see, I think, 1 card.
1 new card.
Yeah.
No, 2 new cards because you stole an agent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Look at that's a
There's
lot
a
of
chance.
cards.
There's a very, very good chance, I would say, that you can pull it off.
Because we've got nothing there. We know there's nothing there. We've been through. I'd say it's about down the line, probably 50-50.
Yeah. It's what else can you do?
Then let's do it. Let's roll down to Common Town.
All right. Gonna give yourself a heat, get some
and
money, draw a card.
We're gonna get 2. We're gonna draw a card. Maybe it'll move something out of my archives, for instance. These are good cards. Okay.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's find out. All right, so we're looking at 4.
Disagreeable.
Wait, do you want to give me? I guess you
No,
got
I
it.
gotta
Yeah,
get
you gotta
money
save your
there. And I don't know what your ciphers are, so I could just get absolutely hosed here.
Maybe, yeah. All right. 1.
Disagreeable.
Asset Protection Hub.
Yeah.
All right,
2
2 new
freshies.
ones.
Here we go. Let's go.
Another Disagreeable Inspector. And no probability exchange.
What's the next card though?
Let's find out. Let me win first.
Okay.
And then we can do it.
Now you know those are set aside during discovery, but they're in the deck while they're being discovered, and then afterwards they're set aside. You aware of that? I'll get my flow chart out. Hold on.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right.
Like, what if I have a sneaky instant that like? Whoosh.
Then let's see it. Here I go. I'd love that personally. I think that'd be great.
That doesn't matter.
I'd be looking at 7 cards though. Go back to comments. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm not going to do anything.
Okay, I'll win.
You have an action to lose.
I do.
And
Hey,
2.
and I do.
Okay.
Awesome. Good game, sir.
Good game. Great
All right.
game.
Let's find out. What was the 5th card?
Yeah. Tim with a great quote on the stream.
Nope.
Not even close.
Nope.
Not even close. We're nowhere near. You buried it.
There you go.
There you go. All right. That's great. I actually like this agent a lot. I'm worried.
Yeah, Jaco's. Which agent?
I'm
You mean
worried,
the Seeker?
The Seeker. I'm
Yeah,
worried.
Jaco's awesome.
I'm gonna build this deck, like the aggro deck, and then it's just gonna be heartbreaking or insanely invigorating every time I play.
Mm-hmm. Chub Frog, very aggressive with this. I think he had over 10 heat in a game.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah, you just can't let your opponent delve ever and win the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's pretty high stakes, my man. That's pretty high stakes. That's really good. Tim's joke, by the way, I don't know, have we told you this? But
What's that?
Zach and Tim, they're brothers, so they have the same grandfather. I guess that's not always true. They're not half brothers; they're full brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was
the same grandfather. Okay.
Yeah, I
the
think
story's about the grandfather.
I think the grandfather. Yeah, just that's all
that
I
was
wanted
like
to tell you.
a qualifier. Your brothers have the same grandfather.
That's the joke.
Yeah, that's it. Can you believe it? Their grandfather used to say, well, the way I see it, it's a 50-50 chance because it either happens or it doesn't. And he would say that about everything. Which is an interesting way to view statistics, right?
Yeah, it's very Yogi Berra.
Yoda. I didn't know if you were saying Yoda or
Yoda. It's
Yogi
very
Berra.
Yoda. Yo. Like I heard a great quote from him. It was like, when you come to a fork in the road, you take it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah.
You want to switch them out?
Yeah, let's play. Let's do old Abnus and Goldie.
Are you gonna do old Abnus?
I'll play Abnus. Yeah.
Okay. Andrew's gonna show you how to play Abnus.
I am determined to figure out how to play this deck. This one's easy because it just sits around and makes money. No, I felt like you made a lot more money than I did.
Well, spoiler
a lot
alert,
of burst economy.
in this style of game, sitting around and making money is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means you can forge your cards and you can steal your opponent's stuff.
Yeah. But you really kept me on my toes, though. I couldn't really set up much.
Yeah, I did get to the free reign category that I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And trashing the ice early, I think, did maybe not pay off because I only made 1 or 2 more runs on that council. So I was maybe down a couple of credits that I shouldn't have been down. That's crazy, right? That game was so fast compared to what it is in my head, where I'm going to hit that 20 times, you know?
Right.
Okay, now Goldie also very aggro. And also needs money. It's shards.
She's good at making them. Selling her junk.
Hey, speaking of selling your junk, Matthew Paulson with a good question here, which I think is a common question. It was for Netrunner as well. There's a worry about agents being in the bottom of the deck. What are your thoughts on that? Is that too much variance where a player simply cannot win against their opponent because, let's say, 6 agents are just right on the bottom?
It can happen. The statistical probability of that is very, very slim. This is something that during the crowdfunding campaign, there's a lot of like armchair designers like, oh, this is a problem with the game. There are cards. I think there's a card in the old Idolon deck that allows you to access from the bottom. So it's like, and there are things that will shuffle up the commons. Like you had that one card that would shuffle the moment in. So it's a card game.
Yeah.
Like
I don't actually. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. There's so many ways that your deck can mess with you and screw up your strategy. And the placement of the agents is just one of them. But I think that's kind of the magic of a card game. Like if you're not on board with that kind of randomization, then again, like why are you playing a card game? But if that's something that you are concerned about, we have cards that in your toolbox that you can use to prevent that from being an issue.
So like if you build the deck that will win every time, if not for the 6 agents buried in your opponent's deck, then you should also include the bottom access stuff so that you can win literally every game.
Right.
Yeah. It's good.
But then all the agents are glutted in the middle.
Yeah, but
how
then
do
we have
you
middle
deal with
access cards.
how do you deal with the agents that are stuck in the middle of the deck? It's really
almost,
it's not really a problem.
It feels to me like, what if I draw all my blues in Flesh and Blood in the first 4 hands? What if I draw only lands and Magic? What if it's like...
It's not as bad as what if I draw only lands and Magic.
No, it's not as bad.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Because you don't even have the illusion of being able to play the game.
Right, exactly. But whenever I draw my first card, my first creature or sorcery, I'll be set.
My 18 mana dragon.
Exactly. My fireball is coming.
I do think the point you make is correct. Like, it's a good point, which is like the randomization of card games needs to be a certain level of random to not just be running a kind of brain dead simulation that you always do the same thing and it always plays out the same way.
Exactly.
And that is one of the fun. That's the fun of card games, is the fact that it could be all 6 of your cards on the bottom are agents is something that I feel like I need to have in the back of my head as a player to factor that into my decision making. And it's like, oh, but you never, like, I've seen the first 30 and I still haven't seen an agent. It doesn't matter. I keep doing the same thing. I keep trying to play the same game. So it's not like you create dead game states when that happens. You just create games that you thought you could win that turns out randomly you couldn't have, or you could have if you had included different cards in your deck, which is the story of all card games.
Exactly.
That's the fun part of it, is like, if I had done this differently, I could have won, but I didn't do it that way because it was better to do it the other way.
Yeah, 100%. And I think like when you have those experiences where you feel like your deck let you down, that's when you go back to the drawing board and say, oh man, what should I have included in there? And then inevitably you end up overcompensating and then making some horrible thing that was like such a niche. It was such a niche case, like such an outlier experience, and you built your whole deck to avoid that happening again, but it just doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and over the course of your career as a player, it should happen to you as much as it happens to your opponents.
Yeah,
you know. So like, it is. And is this designed as a 2 or 3? Best 2 out of 3 game?
Exactly.
Oh, well then nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. But what if it happens twice, Steven?
If it happens twice, don't go buy a lottery ticket.
Right. Or maybe do, because it'll come back around. You can go first.
You've washed all. Okay, I'll go first. You've washed all your bad luck out. That's how statistics works, right?
Exactly. It's a 50-50 shot.
They call that the gambler's guarantee.
All right. Let's play this Admis deck. Let's see if I can figure it out.
Ooh, this is fun. Unforge. Whoa. What are you doing? No, I don't want these cards at all.
None of them?
Well, this is Recalibrate card, which is a very tech... It's clearly a very tech piece. Unforge a card in your grid, draw a card. So basically, it pays for itself. Unforge a card in your grid. So you flip it back after you flipped it up. And there's got to be some, like, after something is forged, things happen in that window. So you can keep doing that. But the opportunity cost of that is crazy. I definitely don't want to see 2 of these in my opening hand. I want to see 0, in fact. Off they go.
I'll keep this, I think.
Pulling your rival. Fewer heat.
Yeah, I feel like every time I sit down and play this Admis stuff and some of these blue things, I start thinking like, man, how am I gonna make this work?
Cards that have like a cache on them. So when you empty the cache, then you unforge it and reforge it.
Yeah.
I don't like Waterfront Soakhouse in a Goldie deck. See, I'm already a deck builder. I've already got the greatest take on this game. Yeah.
Go ahead. We have other cards. Find another one that you like more.
Yeah, right? So it's doubling down on Goldie's pressure, which is if they have more heat than you, you get a benefit. But like, you're already going to be trying to avoid the Goldie ability to stay even with me on heat if you're a smart player. So we'll see if that happens. But you don't want me to get that ability, so then you're also turning off other cards in my deck.
Right, I see what you're saying. So like you'd prefer maybe this one is the opposite.
Yeah. I would want that to be my singular point of pressure on the heat race, and then I want everything else to do other things. So I think a lot of people are going to want to splash orange that are then going to play a little aggressive. I like that. Anyway, it's a good card. And the ability doesn't even really matter. It's just an econ card. Like it. like it. These are going. Down they go. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna try to take like the George Costanza approach with this deck.
Okay.
Like,
Which is
do the opposite
of what you're supposed to do.
of what I think I should do.
It's just so well, we know Abnus can always gain.
If I'm always wrong, then doing the opposite clearly is the right choice.
Good. Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm going first.
Yes.
Okay.
You have the wing nut.
I have the wing nut. Okay. Wow. Wow.
Cool agents in there.
There's just amazing. Like all these cards are new.
Yeah, like I mentioned, this is my buddy Aaron played this, and he had a lot of fun with all of the forging and moving and shifting that this deck does.
So sick. Okay. Let's do. We don't care about positioning. Okay.
You gotta go which way the arrow's pointing.
The arrow pointing up is a shard. Arrow pointing to the right is an action. Arrow pointing down is an encounter.
You could just lean in and have one pointing to the left.
We could.
You could.
Yeah, maybe we don't need fewer arrows. We need more arrows.
More, yeah. It was just incomplete before.
Let's throw that in there.
Okay.
What do we call that? Stage.
Yeah, got it.
Well done. Stage that right there. Yeah, you have five. You have 5 shards.
Oh, right.
These data tokens are great. You know, I've been using these when I've been playing as well at home.
Yeah.
And I have some really cool, like, rare tokens. The ones that came in the
From us?
from you, yeah.
Not the aluminum ones, right?
No, they were like, it was a really cool design.
Lotus token.
There's only one of those.
It was like a golden one.
Yeah,
Lotus.
Lotus token.
It was for that cycle of
Yeah. You got one per
Moonbat
pack,
cycle.
Moonbat cycle.
Yeah.
And I only have 5. Like, it's so painful. It's like, why didn't I get that other? I can't remember if I didn't subscribe in time or if I just missed it. I don't know.
Dang.
It was a really successful promotion for us.
Yeah, they're great looking tokens. The set could have been better.
You're 5 years out, man. You can say anything you want.
That set maybe could have been better, but those tokens are great. Cool artwork. Great artwork.
Hey, we have a question from the audience. A completely random person who we don't know. Larry's asking, when playing EBR solo, what's the biggest adjustment to gameplay you all make opposed to when you're playing with 2v4? I'm playing my first time solo and finding it a very difficult experience.
Different.
Sorry, yeah. Reading comprehension. What would you do? Andrew, you played a lot of solo.
Yeah, I played a ton of solo. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I didn't have to adjust. I'm mostly coming from the other direction, like playing mostly solo and then adjusting to playing 2 to 4. And I think the biggest difference is obviously is that you need to be able to do a little bit of everything. Whereas in the 2 to 4 player game, you can rely on others to kind of pick up wherever you just don't need to cover all the bases.
Yeah.
So trying to have something in your deck that can at least handle some stuff that's your low aspect to try to help you out there. Like either that, like if you're like a low focus ranger, thinking of the focus tests that are important to you, and then offsetting that by having approach icons that can boost your focus.
That's good.
And so Fusion Canteen is like really, really good for solo because you can always smooth out a certain situation based and just make it very situational and get the energy that you need.
Yeah, supplementing
Yeah.
with the approach icons, especially on like the common test that you're low on, would probably be pretty smart.
Yeah, it's mostly not necessarily the common tests, but the types of tests you might encounter out in the world that you might get hung up on.
Okay.
Because you'll encounter lots, like at least from my experience, I encounter a lot of things that I would love to be able to do,
Right. And you
but
just-
then I am like, I am no good at that, and I
just
get
can't
like
do
maybe
it.
like one shot at it, and usually it's not super critical, but sometimes there are like locations that have things on them that are really really hard to do. So yeah, I think that the one thing I would say is playing solo, just don't do one, don't pick one fitness. Probably.
Just don't go- yeah.
You can, but you're really making it hard on
Yeah,
yourself.
that's like the primary way to move. And you're going to move slower, maybe, but also you're less likely to
No, sometimes you
draw
move
obstacles.
faster.
Yeah.
No, sometimes you can move a lot faster
makes
because
sense.
your odds of drawing an obstacle are lower because you're
Yeah.
drawing fewer cards.
And that's, I mean, it scales with that.
So you can really book it if you want.
see
If
that.
that's your goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was trying to think of other things that might be. Oh, I told him stay out of mountain passes. Stay out of the mountains. Just stay out of the mountains. Just don't. Just stay away. That's like, I think the first time we went up in the mountains, like the very first, going off of the first location. It's like something happens. Like, I'm never going back here. This is scary. Everywhere else is okay.
Yeah, I think we didn't really realize how how steep for a lot of people that difficulty ramp is between woods, like shore and mountain.
Yeah.
And having that mountain like right off of
Yeah.
Lone Tree, there are some people who go there and have that exact same
Yeah.
experience. Like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, but it's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
in some ways, it's like now I plan my routes around the map that don't include mountains, which
Yeah.
is what you would do, if you're actually trying to you think about.
But there are
your
some
landscape.
missions that are just easier in the mountains objectively.
Yeah, like,
so if you want to go there, like
that's true.
like the search missions
Those freaking birds, man.
Those freaking birds.
Big birds.
Don't like
with the
them.
irexes.
Yeah, they
that's
follow
a-
the ones that
that's
follow
not
you
bad.
around.
Yeah,
wherever
they're
you
cool.
I wouldn't
Cool.
use the word cool.
They're cool.
All right. Oh, it's me. It's me.
Yeah,
It's my turn.
Also, Stephen, I really want to point this out to you. It's way up here. Look at this. Beefy Greens has the aluminum.
Those are like
Those are
crazy rare.
super rare.
Those are actually
super
extremely rare.
Did you guys just make those available as sets?
We only made them available early
It was
on.
only credits.
Yeah.
And it was like the first. It was the executive credits, and it was when they launched. I think we did the acrylic versions and the aluminum versions, and then we pretty quickly lost our aluminum disc supplier and tried to source like a couple of different sources on aluminum, and it didn't etch correctly. It
Oh.
just was wrong.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, it's really different when you have to go from the world of the digital world to the physical world.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole other set of problems, especially with consistency.
Yeah.
When we were doing the Arkham boards, that's what happened with the first ones. Is the copper supplier, there was wide variation, and so what our manufacturer had to do is buy a whole bunch, combine them all, and then he would get an average of it, and that's how he would be able to keep the copper Arkham boards the same relative color. It's crazy. It's it's the physical
cool.
stuff, man. The physical stuff is so different.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
some cool
wild.
stuff.
Yeah, you did a great job.
When you said digital to physical world, what immediately jumped to mind for me was Tron Legacy. Actually, I never think about that movie. I was like, oh, it's a piece of cake.
Uh-huh.
Now you're there. No problem.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. I'm going to delve on your archives.
Just an old-fashioned delve on the archives.
Yep.
And it rips one from here.
Yes. Well, you have an opportunity to do stuff if you want.
Yeah.
I won't get to access it now. It'll just be there when I'm done.
Let's think. Yeah, that's good. I'm not doing anything.
All right.
You gonna give me a heat?
I will give you a heat. One heat.
Heat.
And then I will exhaust Abnus after I complete a breach on a player's archives. Exhaust this card and archive the top card of your commons. Archive 1 card at random from that player's council. This one.
Instant windows.
Yes, we are in the instant bonanza.
Pay 3. Res. Guildmaster Janos. While it's forged, each other card is -1 shard cost.
Wow.
To forge. Excuse me. I'll get a credit, get a shard, and get a shard.
Nice. What's the cipher on Guildmaster Janos?
Exhaust a card in your council path.
Okay, I got that.
And let's see if anything here matters. Let's get this and this. Okay. And that's all of my instants.
Okay.
For instance. You're the wingnut now. We draw a card.
Okay.
We gain a shard. What will it be, sir?
Well, I feel like I got to get rid of the guy like right now. It kind of made my mind up for me.
See, but you're supposed to be Costanzaing.
Right,
so I'm playing into the Costanza, you know? This is the thing. It's a hefty cost, right? Was it 5? 4?
Yeah, but it's going to save you. I can't do the whole math equation thing that you laid out last
Well, now
game.
here's the question. If, while you're forging it, is it considered forged? Does it give itself the -1 discount? Is it set aside in this kind of forge process?
If you could forge it again, it would have. No, it says each other card. Each other card.
Oh, okay.
No,
What are we looking
that's
at here?
clear. That's clear. Guildmaster Janos.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The affable gaffer.
I'm kidding.
All right.
Like the whole thing.
All right. Well, I gotta do that. Oh, but
it was worth it. It was worth it. 3 gain me 1. It's gonna gain me 1. You know.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna do.
It's money.
I know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna make you do it.
Okay.
So I'm going to delve on your commons.
Pass the instance.
Yep. What are you gonna do?
I got some stuff.
Oh, really? I'm surprised.
I'm gonna pay 1 for a silk line shuttle. If it's forged, swap it with another card in my grid.
Okay. Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. I figured. All right.
No biggie.
And then I'll. What do I have? What do I have?
I'm gonna trash that shuttle.
No, it's done. It's done its thing.
It's gonna get me a card every time.
Sure. Thin that deck out.
Every single time.
I will let it live.
Now, should I draw this card? This is where. Do you want to give me? You want to give me some heat before I can make that decision? I'm not going to draw this card. Do you want to give me heat?
Yeah, I don't think you should draw that card.
Nah, it's not an agent.
But I'm going to give you another heat. Up to 2.
I'm never going to catch up for my ability.
Now you know how I felt last game. Like sometimes it just feels like, it's done. All right.
Access?
Yes.
Ha!
Cooling off.
Ah!
There it is.
That's a good card for me.
That's the one that Sam likes. The cooling off. They used to be the smooth handoff, I think.
It was. Yeah. Next card.
Yes.
Hiya!
Ooh, another shift. That's good. And ugh.
Yikes.
Yeesh. This agent is never going away. It's like it feels like you're going to be able to be like the tall kid, take someone's hat, holds it up, grasping at it. That's Guildmaster Janos.
I guess I need to think about how I'm going to win and not just mess with you constantly. Well, let's start delving, right? That's the point of the game. This is called Delve World, right? How many cards you got in that hand there? If
4.
you would, please. 4. 4 card. All right, well let's just run on down to the comments.
Okay.
Unless you have instance, I'm going to pay one to give you heat.
I do not.
And before we get there, let's see. Do we want to use any? No, because I'll keep this up in case you want to come down and pay 5 and threaten that.
I have to, if I want to steal it, I have to engage with it. So.
Oh, no matter what.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I may as well gain 1 going in.
Nice.
I can bypass it to get to your hand.
Exactly. It makes total sense.
Right.
But once you're in it, then you got to do the whole shebang.
Exactly.
So those agents are really strong.
Yes, they are.
Long story short.
Yeah.
I'll access the tippy top.
All right. Here we go.
Trading secrets. Archive the top 2 cards of your commons to gain 2. That is a hefty. What are they doing in blue? I don't understand.
I don't either.
That is a cheap snack set for me. Is there cards in your deck that look at your deck? Like look at the top?
See,
but then you've got so many actions just to do.
I think there must be cards that where I can govern what's on top and know what I'm doing. I've not spent the time to look at those, but in this deck, I don't know if it exists. It might.
Yeah, because then you've got to spend all that time doing that just to get the other cards to not hurt you so much.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing. That's why I signed up by playing this deck right now.
Sounds like a Corey Fisher Maxine problem to me.
Don't forget Michael.
And Michael.
No,
Michael,
these are good.
Course.
These are good. Like these are tested and proven.
You just can't win with them. But that's not a sign.
What if I win? What if I win? It looks like we're pretty even right now.
What if I win? It's true. You could.
But am I winning because of my deck or in spite of my deck?
Because you're good enough to pull anything into the top tier. That's what you're saying. Cliff's notes.
I would never make that click. Never, ever, ever. I love playing card games. Love playing competitive card games. But yeah, like we were talking before the stream. Yeah. Like there's a level that I'm never going to attain.
Yeah.
I'm like probably right down the middle. I would say.
Like moments of greatness followed by.
Yeah. Sometimes I have like real just like moments where I'm like, oh man, this deck is great, and I'll play it. It's awesome, and I get a couple like really good weeks maybe out of it until things move on and it's no good anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that does happen from time to time. And back to the when I was making Corey sweat bullets about talking about these rulings, and I think this is where one of the things that I really do bring to the table, and I think is important, is that I do come from that level of play.
Yeah, right.
Like where it's
you're the everyman.
It's
right.
Well, yeah. I'm a little more advanced than the ever. Yeah, hold on.
Hey, I'm not the average.
Wait a minute.
I'm a little better.
Yeah, a little better. But where right? But I come from that perspective where it's like it is possible to like over-explain, over-rules, like really with the wording, like try to capture like every little bit, and it makes things more confusing than they need to be. And generally speaking, I'm a very good judge of when things have gone too far.
That's like a lot of card games. They do the played versus put into play versus, and it's kind of like, and there's a little nuance behind. Like
there's that is a thing. There is a thing for sure.
It's called design space.
Right. There's tons of
you gotta have design space
in this game. It's my turn.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
You can.
I was just stalling because I don't know what to do.
Do the opposite of what you don't know to do. See, then if you don't know what to do, you can't even do the opposite.
What did I even put here? Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
Why'd you do that, you think?
I had a thought.
So you're just going to be forging everything now with old Guildmaster out? You got to get the value.
As many
right?
things as I can, yes.
Yeah, I feel like I do feel like I got to do something about that before more of the tricks come out to make it more impossible. But I also don't... That's one of the things about agents, too, of being on the board, is you can over-fixate. on the agent on the
Oh,
board.
yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
like there's agents everywhere.
Yeah.
But that one that you see is like, I gotta get it.
It's like sometimes you see these videos of like really good football players, and they have like kids try to tackle them, and they don't move their feet. They just kind of shift their body a little bit, and they miss. It's like you could just fall into that trap as well. You know,
Absolutely.
Orange is going to be an absolute disaster to play against.
It's so fun. It's some of my favorite stuff is in orange, for sure. Just because it really plays with the grid.
For a game like Grid World, it's very important.
Grid World.
You know the original name of sorcery was Grid Lord? Not lying.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Grid Lord?
Yes, there's a curio card where the back of one of the troll cards says Grid Lord, the card game, instead of it was the original design.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it not fantasy themed?
It was, yeah.
It was.
I think they were just thinking that, oh, this is like a fantasy game, but the grid is a really important part of it, and so we're going to make it. It also kind of feels like those old Power Monger NES style games where you're like, are the overlord, and you're like moving forces around the grid. You know?
Yeah. Well, sorcery, much better choice.
It is better, yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty on the nose.
Uh-huh.
Not magic.
Nope. It's sorcery.
It's sorcery. It's wild magic.
Right.
You can do it without any of the downside.
That's right. You don't need to prepare your spells. All right. I'm going to delve on your archives.
Oh, just a little curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did hide one there last game.
I've got no instance. Well, he put one in there.
I did. I don't know what it is.
Nothing is happening. You're going to heat me for 3?
No.
Nice.
No. I don't think so. All right. Let me look at that thing.
It's the SoCal.
It's a SoCal.
You got it.
I really am looking forward to this art. Whenever it
Yeah,
comes.
it's going to be
It's
great.
going to be really cool. It's like immediate, just the title gives me like immediate, like Spirited Away vibes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can picture it.
All right. I'm doing it again.
Really?
In the hole.
Is that the official hand motion of Abnus?
This is how he investigates.
Yeah.
He's just like doing the paperwork, going through the motions.
Going through the motions. That was your second action? What did you put in your council, you think? You got 3 there?
My council, I have 4.
But you got like the 3 monies.
Yes, I have 3 money.
And you put
3 shards.
you've got 2 randos there from Abnus's ability. That's
do.
almost worth it. But that's gonna that'll be there for me later. I'm gonna delve on the council.
All right.
Oh no.
I'm going to forge my barbecue gate.
I hate that card.
Engaging player may exhaust a forged card in their grid. If they do not, I gain 2.
I don't have a forge card.
Look at that.
May one.
Okay. You gonna?
No.
No, actually, you don't have. I guess you don't have them.
No.
You would have them.
But we wouldn't do it anyway.
Okay. Are you gonna? Let's see. Do I have anything? No. Would you like to give me another heat?
I am, and I think I'm gonna have to do that instant credit first. What do you got? This is our 3rd, so I gotta do the thing, and then
It's just 2.
Bop, bop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna gain a. That was unrelated. I'm gonna gain 1, and then I'll pay 2 to give you a heat.
All right.
And then we'll see 2.
That's right. And you're doing. Are you rolling a die, or are you gonna trust your instincts?
The die knows all. Paper trail. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good card. Exile 1 card from your archives, gain 4. Ah!
What's that one?
Ah! Exo export levies. This is how blue works.
Oh.
Okay.
They're gaining 4 from the archives.
Okay, we get it. You load them up and then you turn them in.
That's
right.
It's just an action. It's
So
forever.
you get 4, and as long as it's not an
Oh,
agent,
yeah,
it's just.
Yep. I mean, I am sacrificing the card, and it is a moment, so it's like, it's all right.
But
It's fine.
I think we figured it out. I think we know how blue works now.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Well, that's good. At least.
Oh.
Last Action Hero, is that a movie?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Nice.
Yeah. Last Action Hero holds a special place for me because it was it came out at a time when I was going to the movies a lot. And when I loved Schwarzenegger. He was like every movie was just banger after banger. But then I went to go see Last Action Hero, and I like, it was the first movie that I remember seeing where I came out, I'm like, that kind of sucked.
Good to know.
It's not so bad. I've tried to watch it in the years since. It's all right.
We don't have time for all right anymore, though, do
we don't. Well, it's almost all right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even slightly above average is mind-blowing.
Great. It's a great clinic in how to sound like an old person.
But it's true. And it may have been true in the past, too. I don't know. It might have been.
I mean,
There's some really great old stuff.
if I came of age in the 60s, I would think that I've not heard good music since.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm going to run on your comments.
That's this one.
That's that one.
The one that's
I'm
open.
going to delve. Sorry. I'm delving.
Okay. Anything?
No, I'm not going to give you anything. I'm just going to look at 2.
Just looking at two.
There's been enough action there where I feel like I might be able to find one.
I don't disagree with that.
Another one of those. Jeez. That guy is so well protected.
What's that second one?
Ooh, after you
Turn up the heat.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
After I complete a breach on a player's district, they gain a heat.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, got him.
All right, I might need to start giving you more heat.
That's playing into my hands. Over to me.
Yes, sir.
Last action. Cooling off. Lose a heat. Draw a card.
Oh no! Your abilities in play.
On the top of my next turn.
Nice.
What a genius.
Well done. Well done.
Somebody get him a medal.
Yeah, that
shard.
feels real good. The comboing one action into the next.
The back-to-back
feels
in
real
this
good.
game is critical design.
Yeah.
Y'all nailed that one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's the way to do it. Okay. Over to me.
To you.
Well, I can gain 3.
That seems like that might be a wise course of action.
I'm going to use Goldie's ability to gain 3.
Well done. If I do that, I only get 1. Ooh.
You need to do more weird card stuff. Wait in your hands. Like this kind of... like
That?
You know.
I've never been... I don't do that.
I know.
That's
That's
not,
kind of exactly my point.
Well,
I have noticed.
that's not real weird, though. That's just like... That's like card...
I know it's horrible.
Sam does that, too. Is it...
It is horrible.
Yeah.
Nobody watching likes it. Nobody at the table likes it. Nobody likes it.
I think maybe on average, the most amount of consistent comments we have is people not liking that.
You should see other
Is it just because of the sound?
I think it's the sound and the
it's just like-
fidgetingness of it.
It's
Like
just
some
it's
nervous
kind of
energy
nervous,
kind of a thing.
But it's just fun. It's like playing with your poker chips.
Yeah. I like doing this.
From a sound editing perspective, the little clicky clicks that makes
Horrible.
Yeah.
are really annoying to deal with.
I know.
You're making me want to do it.
I said it. I said it all.
All right, Steven.
What are we working with here?
I think I gotta delve on your archives.
Is there anything that matters here? Let me just look at this real quick. Okay.
Uh-huh.
How many cards do you have in your hand as a exercise?
5.
No. Seriously?
See.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's just take a...
That's got to be an Asian, right?
Well, look,
If it's not, this is like a lot of like
around.
theater here.
We're looking around,
Uh-huh.
my man.
What could you do? What could you possibly do?
Nothing.
Okay. I will give you a heat.
Okay. 2 for a
2 for 8.
heater there.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will access that card.
It is an agent.
Who is it?
It is...
More cards in your council than the engaging player. Do you?
No, I don't. 'Cause you have 5. I mean,
I
it
do.
has an absurd amount of cards. You're not playing anything. But you pay 2 to steal. It is Big Varna Gorvis. Great card.
Yeah, that's
I'm excited for the art on this
Big
one, knowing
Varna.
nothing about it.
I'm
That's
supposed to
pretty
have
good.
more cards in my hand, but I can't.
Big Varna Gorvis has friends in every district.
Thanks.
Because Big Varna is so big,
nice.
exists in every district.
I get it.
I see.
I get
Maybe
it.
it's like a fungal like a mycelial intelligence. It's like underneath the city and it's everywhere.
Yeah. Have you seen the Mega Amoeba card in sorcery?
No.
Reminds me of- Every time it moves, it gains a power. So you just try to keep moving it, and it leaves behind a little thing that also occupies the thing.
Okay.
So as you move it, it is starting to occupy the entirety of the board. So you can like swing at anything.
That's
It's very
fun.
cool. It's very cool.
I'm going to do Abness's thing.
Come on, man. These are
I
So much for
refuse
the
to
council,
I
eh?
refuse to come on.
I am absolutely going to run that next.
Okay.
Not even close. Which
This
one? That one?
Yep.
Let's see which one
Away
it
it
is.
goes.
Okay.
And then.
Oh yeah, you don't have to pay to secure. That was in
Oh
the
wait,
archives.
no, that's all I'm gonna do. Yep.
Oh, you can't afford your.
I can't
your
afford my. I
reaction.
can't afford my reaction.
But hold on, Andrew. Don't you get that for free because it was in the archives?
No, I still have to pay.
Do you?
I think.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, you're right. I don't.
Yeah.
You don't pay.
No, I don't.
Oh no,
I have to pay the
now.
cipher.
I
You
remember
pay the
that. now.
cipher. That's
Yes,
right.
I have to pay the cipher. So in that case, I do have enough.
Sorry, Steven.
Thank you, John.
It was technically Dan. The hard last name to pronounce.
Discover a card in my council.
Yeah.
Would you leave me alone? What is wrong
What's that?
with
What's
you?
the card you just played?
Paper Trail.
Paper Trail.
Blue.
Ah.
Yeah, that's right. No, yeah, it's just.
This is
Yes, to be
horrible.
clear, just cipher is the only thing I have to worry about in archives.
Horrible to play
So you
against.
nabbed Big Varna, and now you're following the Paper Trail.
What's that one? Oh, I know what that is.
Ugh,
It's good.
it's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's it gonna go?
Rob, in our 4-player game, used this over and over and over
You
again.
kept flipping it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That is a flooding thoroughfare.
That's
So
what
it's
they were talking about with Recalibrate.
Yeah, 3 to get through. But if you're spending a card to get +2 strength,
But you also draw a card off Recalibrate.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you top one there? You got the back-to-back this turn. You're wide open.
Yeah.
You were wide open. You got 1 credit. Shark.
1 shark.
Shark. 1 shark.
1 shark.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the next card in my deck. With this guy. And then let's go. Ha!
Oh.
Delving with the chop necessary. Can you put the chop in the rule book? I swear it should be necessary to prevent all confusion. Because people are like, I'll run your council. I'll run your council.
I'm not
And then
going to forge it. Do you want to look at
You
it?
forge that? Whoa. You would never put an agent there, of course, because I'm going to be running there all the time.
What? But maybe I know you would think that.
You want me to discover the card. You just want me to discover the card. It's like a side game every game with this game, right? If it is an agent, I'll come back and look later.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
acceptable.
continue through the garbage.
All right. I've got nothing.
I'm gonna pay 3.
You give me another heat?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm also gonna gain 1 with the Guild Master. This thing has paid me so much money.
All right. Everything.
The first
You're
card,
gonna be so sad.
which was the Private Exo Bridge. Okay, get that out of there.
Uh-huh.
Don't need that.
Nope.
This, Paper Trail. Good. I'm glad that's not in there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Get that one out of there.
Go
And
on.
hi-ya! All right, Trading Seekers. Well, we know where they are now. And then I will pay 1 to turn up the heat. Complete a breach, give you a heat.
Oh, I have so much heat.
I'm turning up the heat and I'm cooling off. I'm doing everything at the same time. Orange.
You're
and
transferring.
rose.
It's heat it's energy transfer.
Right.
You're turning up the heat and then.
It is summer.
Wow, that's just your second action.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get 3 for the rest of the game with Goldie's ability.
I really did want to do this thing that required a card in my archives.
Exactly.
Spent so much
Got
time.
Exactly.
Got him.
I'm learning the game.
I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. I don't have enough money.
You got to be stacked deep. Either I missed 2 agents in your hand earlier, in which case, hilarious, or there is a plethora at the top of that deck.
I'm just going to take my time.
You gain that's just great. That's great news.
Classic.
Great news.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Uh-huh.
I would have had 4 shards, but instead I get 1.
Uh-huh.
You make choices and you live with them.
Let's go in for 4.
All right.
3
Guess we'll find out.
credits. Let's see what's up there.
Number 1. Eyes in the sky.
You only have moments. in
It's
that
just
deck.
moments,
What is
yeah.
this?
There's got it. We'll see what. All right. So 4.
Uh-huh. Ah,
Capricious Informant.
that's a good one. Ah,
If you have 3 or more cards in your archives,
you won't.
that
See-
would have been great.
See, but I feel like this is, again, you're doubling down on a strategy I'm trying to prevent anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to run there all the time because
Yeah.
you're going to self-mill. So
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
What's the name?
Maybe I
of it?
need to do more to protect this to prevent
Echo
you from
Field
getting in.
lockup. Here's the agent.
Think so?
Yeah, for
Find
sure.
out. Oh, you're right.
Who dat?
Look at the top 2 cards of engaging bears comments.
Okay.
You just get to
I
see
just
them.
look at them.
Yeah.
Who is this? Who?
That is Nasmara.
Okay.
How many
All
agents
right.
was that? Your eyes didn't light up. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to pay 2
You got it.
to steal. Secure.
All yours.
All right.
Huh.
Here we are. Yeah, we're low to the ground this game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was your last action?
That's it, yeah.
Now the instant on this one is bananas.
Nasmara?
Yeah.
Ugh. Wow. This is incredible. You put that thing on the board. You just throw him to a different
Mm-hmm.
Undercover agent.
Mm-hmm.
grid slot? My
Yeah.
gosh.
Maybe check over there instead.
I'm going to play Propaganda.
Show an agent in your council or archives. Okay, I know what it's going to be. Okay, let's look at that. Let me just ingest.
I'll gain 4.
See, all these money cards, what we needed in the demo decks, that makes so much sense. Now we're cruising. As a player engages one of your agent's obstacles or sources, exhaust this card and exile 1. The engaged card. Oof.
Who dat?
Don't let that happen. Coroner Goodman. Man. Okay, so every card that goes down could be Coroner Goodman. Cost 2 to steal. Wait, what's the barrier cost on that?
3.
Okay, thanks. You could have lied to me there as well.
10.
Everyone done?
Yep.
Any instance?
No.
Everything ready? This is card and shard. Wait, yep.
Yeah.
Card and shard.
That's what you do.
And then you get to go next. You get the back-to-back.
I do.
Now this is Hubworld. We're in.
This is pod
man.
racing.
We're in. This is good. This is good. No, you can't pray about it either. Not allowed. You can't bring divine intervention into this game.
Oh Lord.
It's not. Where just please reveal the agent to me. I will be good from now on. You know, what can you do? The thing is, you could even think this is more just a kind of more of a monologue. You don't need to pay too much attention. But the fact that you can forge these agents and use them, like this game is so. My entire world has centered around this being up first turn. It makes everything I'm doing. I'm going to install cards I wouldn't install because they're one less to forge. I'm going to move stuff around because now it's on the board and I need shifting cards. It's just amazing that one card being able to have such a big impact on the game. I may never see this card this early in the next 20 games, but now suddenly it's my entire strategy has to revolve around it. Incredible. Whoever designed this is a genius.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Master of marketing, Andrew Navaro. At work yet again.
Pretty good. Pretty fun.
Put that on the website. Pretty good, period. Pretty fun, period.
I tell it like it is, man.
Why should I buy this game, Andrew? Pretty good,
It's
pretty fun.
Pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you like doing stuff?
How about instead of pretty, let's say really?
Really, very.
Extraordinarily good.
It's full
extraordinarily
of,
fun.
It's full of delight. It will delight your senses. And if you're a true card game Kickstarter or game founder or whatever, you have to say, finally, a game where skill wins instead of luck. Designed for the players by the players.
Gross.
The best players will always win. I swear every Kickstarter that comes along, like some version of that is there. Don't worry, it's not random chance.
See, like what? I don't get that. We had someone who complained about. It was like a reviewer who like didn't play our game. Watch some other person's review. Is like, oh, I just don't just any kind of like randomization on these tests to try to accomplish something. It's just bad design. It's like what? Okay,
well,
all right, sure. Just like what game are you into? Like what game is it? I don't know if that's just
Chess,
like Euro stuff or
Go.
like just real basic.
But
Exactly.
Like we were talking about, those games, the machines are always better than you.
Right.
So it's kind of boring. It's just like, okay, well, I'm just trying to do...
Those games are only fun when you're inexperienced. And playing with someone who's inexperienced.
Playing
like,
inexperienced,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a great time. Like playing chess, like with my kids, is great. Or watching them play chess together, where it's just like this bloodbath. All these pieces
it's perfect.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then by the end, it's just like a queen and a king, and that's how I play chess.
I dare say it's because a lot of people who get really into card games get very competitive. And so then they dilute their thinking down into value. And I want to win because I'm the most experienced and I've made the best decisions, not because of any amount of randomness. Because that's what you start to value when you get very competitive at something. And then they're like, okay, I can design a card game. And then they try to do that. And the card game in their head is one that they want when they're like at the top level competing at this other game that somebody else has designed. So they think, well, if I eliminate all the randomness, it'll be exactly what I want. And then you make that game and you realize it's not fun at all. And then it's also the same game that's been made 1,000 times.
Right.
So
then
it's like, why is nobody like this? Well, randomness is cool. Like there has to be some amount of randomness for it to be a game. Otherwise, it's simulation. It's about adapting, Are you going?
I'm just gonna stall out here, so I don't have to make this decision. No, I'm gonna delve on your. I'm gonna delve on your counsel.
This one?
That's the one, the middle one.
The guy.
I'm going for it. Boop.
I'm going to instant to draw a card. That's a good one. Instant to gain a thing.
Boop.
Okay, and then we're on this thing.
-1 the cost.
All right, we're gonna pay 0 for a hired lookout.
Okay.
You've got to exhaust a card in your back row or into the delve.
How about I play instead Eyes in the Sky?
Whoa!
As I confront a card on a player's grid, they may lose 3 shards if they do not bypass that card.
Well, I'm gonna have to lose 3.
Please do.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. Let me make sure that's even worth it. How much did that cost you to play 0?
0.
What is
You
wrong with
can get 3
blue?
right back with Goldie, right?
Yeah, I can. But that's not. That's just breaking even. Because then he just comes through and does it again. Well, he's got to install a card in the background. Okay, I'll pay 3.
Okay.
You're not bypassing it. You're ending the delve.
Yep, the delve is over.
All right, first action, gain 3 with Goldie.
Steven.
See, my seekers, our seekers are on fire. We're using them all the time here.
We really are. All right.
Don't do the thing. Are
Archives.
you going to do the... Hold on, I got to think.
I tried.
It's true.
I tried to do
old-fashioned
something
way.
else.
I will decide to no instance unless you've got
Take a heat.
me. Ooh, spend that money. Spend that money. And then you're using Abness's ability. Oh, wait, you get to do this first.
First I do that.
Ready?
Yes.
Threading through. The shifting card.
Oh, that's good. That's gone.
Yeah.
That's a positive. Yeah, and then I'm gonna Abness it up.
You don't even want to look at it? Don't even want to know?
Okay.
I don't know. Your eyes lit up a little bit. No, wait. We know what that is. I've already seen that card. That's either Capricious Informant or the other one. Disagreeable, whatever.
Good memory.
Over to me?
You know what movie that's from?
Last Action Hero?
Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah. That was the era. That was the era.
That's a good movie.
I think now is the time to play this.
Play what?
I'm gonna... But I've got Goldie online. There's no way you're coming in and giving me another heat for 4, right? I mean...
Not with 4 shards.
No, you wouldn't do that. Not a chance. I think
There is a chance.
The Costanza rule. I think I can get... I just think I can get 1 agent for sure off the top. You've gone through 2. I get 2 freshies. Yeah, you got 2. Yeah, 2. But I'll also have that same reality unless you ice that up. For a colloquially term, not a netrunner term, just icing it up as a cool it down.
Freeze it over.
Freeze it over.
Good layer of frozen water.
Okay, I'm just going to play it because it's going to sit in my hand otherwise. I'm going to call in favors.
Nice. There you go.
Draw a card and gain 4.
Yeah. It's
It's the best time to do it because you only have 1 action left.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I get to go again.
Yeah.
Forcing my hand, eh? Okay.
Am I forcing your hand or did you force my hand?
All hands are forced, as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
Ready?
End of turn. End of round.
Ready things,
I'm going
cards
to
and
forge.
shards.
I'm going to forge my Echo
Okay.
Field Registry. It has an ability after I complete a breach on a district. Exhaust this card. Shuffle one card from my archives into my commons to
Very good.
draw a card.
Very good.
Oh, it's on the back row. What's that one, Andrew?
Echo Field Registry, and then I'll collect a shard from it.
Okay. We're boogieing here.
Yeah, we are playing Hubworld now.
Card and a shard. Okay. Defense or offense? You've only got 4, but you have 1 on tap, 2 on tap.
2 on tap.
So you can, and you got to exhaust a card in your council, and then you exhaust that on the back row, and off to the races you go. If you do that, then you can't. So you'd go to 0 credits to steal Guildmaster right now.
So you're a first player though, right?
I'm the first player.
Right.
Yeah. But I can either like try to defend it,
Right.
or I can just see 4.
Right.
3 of which are fresh.
Right. That's good. And you can give me another one too, and still have money to burn.
Or I can just take 3 credits. Well, I got him, you know?
Right.
Dang.
You have so much money though. Do you really need any more?
When do you not need more money?
In this game, never.
If I'm going to pay
really,
5, I feel like 5 is too
no.
much.
If you like, I feel like the seeker abilities, especially Goldies, like when you have it, to use it.
Well, let's start. This is a big decision point. I need to hit an agent if I go to the yard. Because then you would steal Guildmaster potentially keep going. We'd have no money. And then it all depends on if I can hit it or not. Oh, that's excruciating, Andrew. And you've still got. I know this. I know what's going on here. I think I've got to go.
You're gonna pass.
I'm going to go to the comments. Be aggressive.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out what's happening here.
No heat. I can't. Nobody can pay 5.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You don't need any more.
Know it.
You want to get rid of it?
No.
You want to thin it out?
Freshie's coming up.
Okay.
That is an obstacle
Twilight
location.
Lounge.
A big one. If this card is in your grid, it is not.
Another one of those guys.
Weak. Hate it. Yeah! Needed to happen.
Vulu Malu.
Vulumalu. 3 has a discover. If it's in the grid, it is not.
It's not.
If it's in the grid, search your commons for a card, show it to an opponent, and add it to your council. Wow. After you resolve a discovery
pretty good.
ability, exhaust, resolve it again. Very cool.
Yeah.
And 6 to steal more impressively. Okay.
What could have been?
That needed to happen.
Yeah.
That was critical.
That's pretty good.
Interesting to see the art on this one. 2 mines in 1. Well, Vulu Malu.
Mm-hmm.
How does one draw 2 mines?
Maybe that's a style of video we need to make.
Just like deeply philosophical art critiques?
No, definitely not that. You like as the game is going on, you're like narrating the flavor text in the background. You just like read it. You actually have this nice kind of. It's just kind of slightly in the background, you know,
Just like a
wispy.
whisper. Yeah. I like that.
You specifically.
I can wisp.
Little Bob Rossi.
Vulu Malu. 2 mines in 1.
I don't like it, Steven.
A bit of a pickle.
A mí no me gusta.
It's either the agent or it isn't. 50-50 chance.
Quien sabe?
50-50 chance, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, 1 in 3.
But 50-50.
33%.
Because it either is or it isn't.
Zach's in the chat. He heard you on that.
Okay. So Andrew knows that I know, if I remember, that he's had an agent in his hand this whole time because he showed it to me. What I don't remember is if it had a cipher cost on it, of course. Mm-hmm. Classic. Mm-hmm. Just don't remember. But if he knows that I know, and he would just install it there to make me waste time looking at 2 dead cards in the council. Alternatively, I run archives. I get to decide if he did hide the agent there, then I get to win the game. But he could also hide a discover effect that's bad, knowing that I would check to make sure that it's an agent. But then I do get the benefit of seeing the archived card and turning off his archive a card, discard.
That's
a card
a big one. I think
Ability.
that's a big one. It's like the Astro Die on Ashes.
And there's probably some cards that I've seen throughout this game, through your commons and whatnot, that probably would tell me the worst discover effect I might suffer here. But I'm not paying attention.
You're paying very close attention.
I'm not paying like in my prime attention,
Oh, I see.
Not as good as I once was. I'm as good once as I ever was, Andrew. R.I.P. Mr. Keith. Okay,
Maybe that's where we should go after the stream. Toby Keith, I love this bar and grill.
yes, let's take the Navaro to Toby Keith's I Love You Bar and Grill.
Is that in town?
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in town.
It's at the Hard Rock in
I
Catoosa.
think I have to discover the card.
Okay. First, you got to get there.
Does that make you upset that I'm choosing that as an option?
No, not at all.
I'm going to delve archives.
Okay.
And I'm going to get... I don't think I will ever have to use Goldie's ability again. Strictly. I just don't. I don't think so. But I might need to tap a Seeker to pay a cost. So I will take one from Guildmaster Janos, and we will get into the grid. Second action.
I'm going to forge my Echo Field lockup.
I knew that was there, didn't I?
No.
No, I didn't.
I tried to get you to look at it.
You don't have 3 or more cards in your
I
archives.
don't.
Yeah.
I did at the time, though.
Okay. I'll pay T.
Okay.
5 becomes a 3. Keep going.
Is Goldie still on? Oh, Goldie's the action.
Now I feel like I need to remember how much it costs to steal. I'm going to instant Goldie for a credit. I don't want to make a stupid decision.
Yep. There you go. That's all you needed to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! Who's that? Who do we see?
Yeah.
Corner Goldman.
Ah, Corner.
Because if I hadn't gained that credit and you res that, I can't steal it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That is why I am the 2016 Netrunner Regional Champion. It's that...
I felt like I was in a pretty tough spot because there's no way I could stop you coming into my hand and getting that. So I was like, all right, if I can buy a little bit of time putting that down there.
They call that playing to your outs.
Yeah.
Because I could have forgotten that it's in your hand. Very reasonable. I could have not gotten that extra credit with Goldie, thinking I'll use the 3 ability at some point, and I would have been in a bad spot.
Yep. You just had one. You had the extra shard you needed.
That's it. And because Guildmaster Janos ran the board that game,
I know.
that was probably like 18 shards gained
So good.
by that agent.
So good.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love this game.
It's tremendously good.
Okay. Talk to me for just a second about... We talked about, there's this mentality of trying to make the most luck-free kind of competitive experience that there is. And a lot of people bring that to the table. In many ways, like Flesh and Blood did this very successfully, right? And they built a competitive circuit around it, and the whole idea is that...
Luck-free, though?
Not luck-free.
This is still a card game.
but it's very much like you're going to see almost every card in your deck most of the time. You
But the
can
order in
stack
which
the
you
bottom.
encounter those cards does matter.
It does matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does matter. But in the end, I mean, the kind of levers you're pulling on Flesh and Blood, it's a very tight variance curve that you're running right down the middle of. That's why the same people continually win, right? Which is the case for all games, random and not, honestly.
Yeah.
What would you say is the difference in a design approach or in designing? Because you worked at FFG too, where it's like, I'm sure there are designers that think I need to make this game very like super tight, and I need to make sure that the best player always wins, and that there's not variance that's going to screw people up when they should win but they don't. How do you dispel that?
Well, I don't think those were the kind of games you made at FFG.
No, they're not. But they're also extremely fun, and they still satisfy. They're not random enough that you feel like you're just like playing War. Or
right. Yeah, it's definitely a fine line that you walk.
Do you have any advice? Like if you're thinking as a designer, or if you're talking to other designers, there's people out there in the audience that are probably like thinking about or designing games like this.
Yeah.
And probably think that I should have limited variance. And how do you suss it out?
To me, it's always the experience. Like, what did I take away from that play? Like, did I have fun? Did it create a cool moment? Was there, like, did a cool thing happen that I was like, oh man, that was awesome, and I wouldn't have expected it? That you leave the table and you have that kind of rush. Either you won because of that, or you lost. But you have this shared experience where you walk away and like, man, that was either like, that was awesome, I want to do that again, or like, oh man, I want another shot. Want another shot at that. Like if the dice could have gone my way, then maybe I would have won. To me, that's the most important thing. And I know it's like an easy thing to say, not being, like I think what we consider a game designer. But to me, that's the most important part. But that's just the style of game. Because I know there's a whole category of gamer who just despises that kind of game. Like in FFG, we had lots of fans, but we had lots of people too who were just like, Like someone, I remember once telling me, I was talking to her and talking about the kind of games she made, and she like essentially took a dig at it, like, oh, but you can just randomly win if you draw a thing. I'm like, well, that's not true, but I understand. I get what you're saying. As a big negative to that game, to those games. But to me, they're those games' biggest strength.
I've heard similar in the positive from people, the LCG days especially. And honestly, it feels like it's just the balance of math versus art in a way, or like math representing the cerebral logical element of gameplay, and then art representing the experience and the subjectivity of what just happened and what I'm envisioning and what was able to be put together, which is not maybe common but can happen. Like those kinds of like potential and possibility is over here, and then like the same outcome every time is over here, and threading, kind of placing your game on that spectrum seems to be very important.
Yeah, like I think you can easily like fine tune the fun out of your game, 100%. Like you could make that a solvable math problem, or like where everything is like perfectly equated out and there's perfect balance across all things. But it's just so dull. Like there's nothing to draw you in or engage you. There's no surprise, there's no delight in any of it, or misery. Again, like that. That's what you need in competition. You want to have those moments of like, yeah, I did it, and the moments of, oh man, I just lost.
Yeah, that's so true. That's actually extremely. That's a good point, where you get more ups and downs. So the emotional experience of the game increases rather than the kind of flatline execution of a more mathematical game.
Yeah.
Right?
And there's plenty of those games exist, though. They're out there.
There's not giant, surprising, climactic moments in the championship of chess, for instance.
Right. There might be. I don't know. I'm not into competitive
I mean,
chess.
like the most exciting thing that happens if you're deep into it is like, oh, it just lost a pawn just somehow failed completely to calculate this one move and lost maybe a pawn or just like a position. But that's a lot different than like hitting 3 agents off the top of a deck and winning the game out of absolutely nowhere. Like, that is a high and a low. Right?
Yeah, totally.
And so the emotional experience is much more invigorating, I would say.
And the key is obviously is the game is fun enough that it makes you want to come back and do it again. Like if you're playing one of those more lockstep, everything is perfectly balanced style of games, and you lose. Like oftentimes, like kind of what we were talking about before, you feel like you're in a position early on where you can't win, and then you find out, nope, that was true. There was no way. The math does not work in this game. I cannot come back and win. And that never makes me feel like going back and playing that game again.
Right. That's it.
But when, the RNG just works out a certain way, like, oh man, if I just gotten a little luckier.
Yeah. Or if I had just not gotten that last credit.
Yeah. But then also balancing that with the decisions you're making and making sure the decisions are impactful. Like we're not just sitting here rolling dice.
Right.
Which could also be fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Another extreme.
That's what one of our favorite games, old games, Monster Apocalypse, back in the early Privateer Press days, was like that. It's like you play really hard to get to the 85% chance to win, but it's never really more than that.
Yeah.
Like you can play your best possible game, maybe get to 87, 88, but it all comes down to this final, you're doing your final damage, the final body slam, whatever.
Yeah. And what a great moment.
Incredible moment.
So much fun.
The games that I've lost, I remember just like they're still there. The games that I won in that way, I remember you had a 30%, like I just gotta throw the Hail Mary, and it comes through. So I think the best answer there is like appreciating and injecting the emotional roller coaster that variance and certain mechanics and this kind of balance of math and art brings to a game is an important thing that is often overlooked. So like for instance, rather than saying game skill is important and the best player is always going to win this game, you might say it's going to be an emotional roller coaster to play this game. Like it's funny to say that, but like that actually sounds more appealing to me at this phase of my life.
It is more engaging that way for sure. Like, do you want to go watch a film where you're just bored out of your mind and everything is just there's no rising action, nothing, it's all just straight through and you're essentially just looking through a window and watching someone's life? I guess there are people who do want that. Or do you want some drama? Right?
Drama.
I'll take the drama, please.
A game full of drama. That's great.
As by way of example, you could say that a game like basketball is highly skill based, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you have random things happen, like a guy gets injured, and that's completely random, right?
Yeah.
And you have to play through that. It's not. I think a lot of people think that there's less randomness in all games, or televised games, or whatever, than there really is. Like I think anything involving like human beings, you really don't know what's going to happen.
There's
Absolutely.
A lot of randomness, more than we would like to think. I'm sure.
Yeah, well, the basketball example, it's like that shot is off by an inch one way or the other. It's still an amazing shot, in and out.
Yeah.
Versus like if just a little less on it, win the game.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about basketball to me too, because we're watching the finals and all the NBA series, is it's just insane that teams of such skillful players can still suddenly 16 points to 0 in a row. They just go on a run. They just get crazy. They get hot. And then suddenly, And it's like, how is that possible for them to suddenly be so much better for a short period of time based off just they get fired up? Just like morale.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like 2 3-pointers randomly hit their 50% shot, and then suddenly everybody's just like on fire.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
No, that's the
crazy.
thing. Yeah, momentum's a real thing.
Any other questions? Anything you want to say?
Any questions I have?
Do you
No.
have
Does
any
anyone have
questions
any
for
questions
me?
while I'm here? I mean,
Zach, have any questions?
tomorrow?
Zach says, fine-tune the fun out of your game. I have tried a lot of games like this, unfortunately.
Zach Bunn said that?
Yeah.
He did.
Type.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Was he just somewhere like on
he's
his
just on the
phone
other side of
watching?
the door. Yeah.
we, we're playing prototypes, not really prototypes, kind of more finished, ready to go to Kickstarter type games all the time. Where it's like, hey, we want to partner, support this game or whatever. So send a game in, and there's a great amount of games that have been fine-tuned to not be enjoyable. Or just, like I said, unemotional. It's just like, okay, so my best move is this, and then your best move is that, and my best move is, okay, well.
Yeah,
There it is.
And I think it's all being done with the best intentions, right? Especially when if you're playtesting a game, and the feedback you're getting is like, oh, I had this experience, and and it's really difficult to take. It can be difficult to take that feedback and ignore some of it.
Yeah.
And be like, no, that's fine. And that's a skill in and of itself.
Yeah.
But I think there are a lot of like really competitive players, like in a game like this, who will give you that feedback that will fine tune the fun out of your game if you allow them to do that.
Fantastic. That's good info. Question: do card names come before art, or is the card name based on art concept? That's from Chunks.
Card names always come before art, but then we can sometimes we'll change the card name based on the art.
Mm-hmm. So typically, do you go in with a name and an ability? Like you kind of have a template of what you want the card to be, and then you send that to an artist?
Well, we don't necessarily give them the ability. We'll give them the thematic explanation of what that ability might be trying to accomplish. But yeah, usually we'll always have at least the basics of a design, or like a mostly complete design before we pass it off. But then sometimes, like I said, we'll get art in and it'll be not at all what we expected, or like, we feel like now because the art looks like this, we should change this one little thing, or maybe we just need to recommission this piece now and just use this art somewhere else, and then give a different card name, or just think, this would be perfect for X and such card. But yeah, having that foundation of card names and abilities is really important before you dive into commissioning the art.
Wicked. It's funny because I think we talked to Eric at Sorcery about this, and I think he is exceedingly top down, because he basically had commissioned a bunch of art just as a fan of the artists. And so it was just like art.
Nice place to be.
Yeah. Incredible, right? And then he basically took this art and started making cards out of the art. And I think the process is still just like draw like an angel figure, maybe doing this. And then it'll go from there into what should it be called, so it's completely top down, I think, from the art down, rather than having any kind of name that you then go get art for, which I know there's various ways to get art, because you're an art director as well.
Well, I feel like, but also a world builder. So from my perspective, that's just not a thing.
That makes sense, because for Sorcery, it's just like a
whatever
setting.
Yeah. It's like, this is fantasy. Sure, and everyone knows what that is. There's like no explanation that really needs to be given.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we were making a game like that, then totally cromulent approach. But with our games, we're so invested in the setting and trying to make it into a cohesive, logical place. That's just far more challenging. Far more challenging.
Yeah. That's cool. Thanks. I think that's it. Let's get out of here.
All right, cool.
You want to go?
Yeah, let's go eat.
Appreciate that. Well, thank you guys so much for watching Hubworld Idolon.
Yeah, it was fun.
2027.
I won't say. I was going to say at the latest, but who knows? Right on time. Right when I said. Right when I said. Not a moment before nor after.
Man, it's so fun. I'm just glad that this game exists. So thank you for that. And
you're welcome. Thank you, Corey and Michael,
Michael, the Earthborn team. You guys are just doing great stuff, and I can't wait to play Legacy of the Ancestors. We just got to get through. We're on day 10 of the first campaign.
You got a lot of game to go.
We've got to blitz it. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you so much. We'll see you next time. And until then, take care.
See ya.